Hey, 1 2 1 2. Haha, we got sound today. Oh boy. What a time to be alive, chat. How is everyone? So can you come here, Bobby? Yeah. Oh yeah, we are looking good. Good morning, everyone. Still peak. Mr. Blue. Prozat Chat 708. What's up? What's up, on boy? What's up? What's up? Nick DM81. Good morning. Glenny83, aka Vexy. What's up? Venisila, how are you doing? Leonardo Cecconi. Ciao, fratello. Come stai? You have no idea. I had a bad day. Ah, boy. Welcome to the club, brother. Logic Slayer. Happy Friday, dude. Robert Circulescu. Salut, Armax. Salut, salut, Robert. Alright, so, guys, it's gonna be an interesting stream. Okay, I'm gonna start it this way, okay? DK Hoot, what's up? It's gonna be an interesting stream. Tellurian, what's up? I could tell you didn't want to reset your CPU the other day. No, I didn't want to. Salut, CS Jew. Okay, so you want to tell me what happened? Like, you want to tell you what happened? I know some of you are on the Discord. You already know what happened. But long story short, my motherboard, I believe, I'm not even sure yet. My motherboard, the ProArt X870, whatever, is gonzo, chat. So it works, but it doesn't work at the same time. Sometimes it will boot, sometimes it will not boot, sometimes, you know. Sometimes it will crash. So I spent what happened, it was last stream. Okay, so last stream we were just compiling like 2 Python little stuff. Like it was literally like 2 little Python packages. Start to compile and then shrink frozen screen. I'm like, that's odd. So I just want you to know, chat. I did overclock the CPU, but like by a really small margin. And I didn't overclock the RAM. I let it with the same voltage, everything. I just tightened the... how do you call that? Like the settings of the RAM a little bit. The timing. Yeah, that's the timing. That's the word I'm looking for. So I tightened them because I know how to do that. And I made sure everything was rock stable. Well, when I say rock stable, like this is crazy rock stable, chat. So for having a crash, it will be really like something I would not encounter. Like it will be unordinary. Like this thing never crash. It's like your motherboard. Ready, Vexy? So I'm gonna tell you the whole story. You wanna hear the whole story, chat? But I believe I have to reinstall Cache because I had to do multiple stuff on the PC and yeah. We're gonna have to reinstall Cache. And then I'm gonna tell you the story. Maybe you're gonna learn something. Maybe I'm gonna learn something because you're gonna share your experience too. I don't know. But yeah, today the graphic card is not in because I don't want to take the risk of having a defective motherboard with the graphic card. The memory, I made some tests. It seemed like it's fine, but I can't guarantee it. Same with the CPU. CPU, I don't know. Maybe CPU is dead. I don't know what's going on. So it kind of works until it does not. You know? Your motherboard has issue? Down. Oh, man, I'm upset, guys. I won't lie to you. Like, I'm upset because I just and this is part of the AI like project I've been working on for the last 6 months, 7 months now. I just parked an old motherboard. This old motherboard is a X399 Taishi motherboard, dude. I bought it like 10 years ago? Almost, like 8 or 10 years ago, dude. This motherboard has been running 24/7 for the last 8 years. Like, it almost never stopped. And I've been, like, destroying it. Like, I've been streaming, like, 9 hours a day, encoding, triple encoding on the CPU. Like, I've been so rough with this motherboard, and it still works. This one is not even a year old, dude. And outside of the bench we do and the light gaming I do, I don't really push it. I do nothing hard with it, and it just died. Don't tell me you have cooked your CPU. I don't know. So we're gonna talk about it. Listen, chat. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna start the PC. We'll see if it boots. I'm gonna have to press reset like a lot of time because it might not boot. That's the trick, and then I will be back. Give me 1 second, chat. Allez, papa! Yeah. So you see, I press the I press the power button. It's a cold boot. There is this white LED, white light / LED, which means the CPU loaded, the RAM loaded. Thank you, Bobby, for the zoom. I appreciate it. But something is stuck at the GPU. But the thing is, like, I remove the GPU. So it can't be stuck anymore. So there is something else. Okay, now I reset. I just press reset, dude. And ta-da! It's gonna work. What a time to be alive, chat. So... what a time to be alive. Yes. Working. Okay, Bobby. You can unzoom. So maybe a RAM test. Yes, RAM test tested, no problem. I've done total like 8 pass, 4 and 4, no problem. Okay. No, 4 and 5 actually, so 9 pass. If you reboot too many times, it sounds more like a PSU failing. So no, it always boots, but it gets stuck. And if I reboot, no problem. If I reset, no problem. If I cold boot, it gets stuck no matter what. It is a common issue with failing PSU. So I switched the PSU, dude. I did switch the PSU. The other PSU was golden, a good old EVGA, and still the same problem. I'm gonna go through everything I've done. Like that we can, you know, maybe I forget something. I've heard mixed things about the Asus RMA experience. Yeah. So, we can talk about that too, dude. I don't know, man. This is so tough, man. Like, I'm laughing about it because, you know, I'm not going to cry about it. But it's not good, chat. I think I'm gonna be here for a ride. So yesterday I bought a new motherboard because I was like, man, it started very well. Like this thing. Listen, dude, it started very well. I was like, oh yeah, they answer my call. The guy is so nice. We're gonna proceed to it and whatever. Then 2 days after, nothing advanced. Call back. The guy is like, oh yeah, we sent you to the wrong part. I'm like, okay. I'm talking to 3 people by email, like answering, telling them, yeah, I want that. Nothing is advancing. It's like, bro, listen. Bo, that was. So I was telling the dude, I was like, hey guys, you know, like, it's kind of an expensive motherboard, which is normally like for the pro, right? This is the pro art. So if you're a pro and your motherboard is down, like you want a quick fix because you're a pro and you didn't pay the motherboard $200, you paid it like four times more. I'm not flexing. I'm just saying this is not a flex. I might regret this motherboard, dude. I'm telling you, I might deep down, I might regret it, depending on how all this whole story goes. I was super happy about it, dude. Like the 10 gigabyte, golden, never had a crash. Like I was super happy about it. But then, whatever happened on Friday. So okay, I'm gonna install that quick. We're gonna go through it. Okay, éliminer. No thanks. I would like my Kingston, please. Erase XT4. Yes, sir. Plasma. Okay. Well, we let everything by default. Okay, I just want to go fast. What's my name? Air Max, Papa. Okay. All right. So Erema at Asus is like a Russian roulette. Only problem is, it's a full magazine and Asus has misunderstood it. I misunderstood it and took only 1 bullet. Just take picture of your CPU socket before you return in case they damage it. Oh, that's a nice one, man. Yeah, agree. I hate weird motherboard issue. Listen, dude. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. Can we launch something there? Well, let me check. While it's installing. Excali draw. Allez, à l'attaque. Where are you? Here we go. So about that chat. What's new? Okay. All right. So what happened, dude? So Friday, we got the crash, like the initial crash, and it was really like the first time something happened to me. Like even if you go on the stream, my reaction was like, whoa, like this is odd. Like I never had that before. Like okay. Then what happened with the motherboard is that cold boot is gone. So cold boot, it results in... Why is it so thin? Okay, let's try that. Cold boot, it results in what they call like white LED. So this means it's a GPU issue. Like if you look at the manual, it's GPU initialization. Something doesn't go there. And on paper, it's a GPU. So if you look at the sequence, when it starts, it does CPU, RAM, GPU, and then it's like go. So the color is like red. Here it's orange. Here it's white. And here it's green. So by the way, this card. So this is a Pro Art 870E, something like that. Yeah, X, whatever. So anyways, this card doesn't have, you know, the little like LED square there with a number. You have this little like red stuff on most of the high-end motherboard, and it gives you a code. Right? Well, this one doesn't have it. That was one of my complaints when I bought it, because you can't really debug it. It just tells you, it's white. Because if you have a code, it could tell you like, hey, GPU is not here. I don't know. It can tell you something. Right? Dragon Slayer, my man, how are you doing? I just ate weird motherboard issue. Same. Salut, Packet Auditor. Punch Man, what's up, my dude? How are you doing? Udaznik, what's up? Happy Friday, guys. I never had a CPU fail. In my whole career of like tinker, overclocker, modder, because yeah, I did mod CPU too. I think I killed 2 CPU. But listen, the CPU I killed, you really need a lot of like over voltage and like stupid things to kill a CPU, man. Here, I didn't do any of that. Like, all the voltage were under, like the CPU was overclocked, but it was under volt. There is no way my CPU is dead by my own fault. If it died, it's because something is wrong with the CPU, that's all. For that price, it should include it. Yeah, the Doctor Debug. And thank you, Tellurian, for telling me. So, yeah, it's not there, man. So anyways, this is what happened on Friday, okay? So me, I'm like, it's fine. Right? I'm like, it's fine. But then I noticed, like, if I turn off the PC and I go press the button, it doesn't start anymore. It just gets stuck on white. And my only way out is to press the reset button. Okay. So, you know what I thought? I thought it was software first. Salut Pluton. An OC with the undervolt doesn't kill the CPU? Oh, yeah. It does not. Like, there is no way, dude. Listen, man. Like, I'm telling you something. I deleted CPU. I modded CPU. I literally, like, put pin together on a CPU, which was not smart. I pushed CPU, like, with over voltage, like, you can't even imagine. You know, when you go yellow and red, I was past red on the motherboard, like on previous hardware. I did so many, like, not smart things. I only killed 2 CPU. I had a lot of CPU, man. And it's not me, like, it's not me flexing, saying, like, oh, I have a lot of CPU, whatever. No. I did a lot of those. So, for example, my 8700K, which was my previous, like, gaming PC, before I switched to the 5950X and then switched to the 9800X 3D, it was deleted and modded. Like, yeah, like special mode, whatever. Like, I did it with a friend of mine here in Canada. And the water cooler, I did it, like, with a special pressure plate, and then I did it with I really mistreat the CPU. And the OC was just nuts. This thing didn't die. it just refused to die, dude. So the point is, like, and I've been using a lot too. Like, I was gaming again, like, all day, every day, for, I don't know, many years. I had weird issue, like my PC Express lane randomly disappearing, so it will boot with some lane missing. What the heck? Did you check the dumbest thing? Change the motherboard battery. You will be often, how often that is. Oh no, I did not do that, man. So, if you run OCCT, do you have some info? Okay, so let me tell you what I've done. Okay. So this is a good idea, Tellurian. I didn't think about that. It could be actually. Oh man, imagine it's that. Well, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, so what I've done. So press reset button, it works. Okay, so it works. So the first thing I thought it's software. Because what it tells me here, the motherboard, the info we have, is that it's white, so the GPU doesn't wake up or doesn't initiate. So it's software. I want you to think, positively first. It's software. There is some type of update on Linux. Like here, I use CachyOS, right? So CachyOS. And the way the shutdown is set up, because when you shut down the computer, it's actually super interesting to learn. But like when you shut down the computer, what happens is like before cutting the power, your computer is telling to all the components like, hello, we're going to sleep, right? Maybe the shutdown is sending the wrong signal to the GPU. And so when you press the button, it's still sleeping and you need a reset to wake up. Right? That was my theory, dude. Salut Salians, how are you doing? You can take the battery out and measure its voltage. I had my motherboard running on a 1.7 volt for a month before I started malfunctioning. You are describing the exact issue I have with my 4790K system. Okay, so listen. I thought I thought it was this. So I touch base, I look at the code, I look at the package update. So packages update, this is the one which could impact that. There were 10 at the time. So kernel, okay. I touch base with the team of CachyOS, especially like Peter. Okay. He said no issue like yours. So I was like, okay, this is not software. So this took me like 3 hours. Because it's easy to show you like that, but like to get to the ID, then look at the package, then downgrading, and the real killer was like, does Win11 does it? Right? And the answer was yes. So it was not related to software, it was not related to Linux. Okay. Now I was like, this is related to BIOS. Okay, so I won't tell you everything I've done, but like, it could be the BIOS version. But the question is like, I didn't update my BIOS for 7 months. So why would it die now? Upgrade it to the latest one, 2402. Downgrade it to 2306, I think something like that. Still broken. Okay, how do I do broken face? How do I do that, dude? Yeah, broken. Okay. So your motherboard did Sepunko. What is Sepunko, Pasha? It like enlightened me, dude. So this not. Then I play with the settings. Right? So the settings in BIOS. So first I was like, my RAM is dead. So I'm gonna put it at like JDEC, like low spec. So I think it's like 4800 megahertz. Broken. Then I clear, the CMOS, optimized, default setting, right? Gone. Same problem. Then I played with the PCI Express lane, right? So you have rebar, maybe it's broken somehow. No. Then I put the speed, right? So maybe, it can't tolerate Gen 5, 4, 3, same thing, broken. Then I was like, okay, this is not related to that. Maybe it's related to the RAM. So for the RAM, I played with like, because now they added this new setting. Anyways, I played with a lot of settings, dude. I don't want to give you a headache. But none of them worked. Nice handwriting? I know, brother. Knop Eyes, what's up, buddy? I changed the CMOS in all my PC just a few weeks ago. Crazy timing. It could be. It's a Japanese version of ending itself. Yes, a big senpunko. Pasha, that's exactly what it is. Thank you, I learned something. Senpuko. There is a power state you can set in BIOS to turn everything off when powered off. Some settings are kept powered like USB port. Yes, so I did that too. So, listen, chat. So I've done all of this. So then I was like, man, it's hardware. It's not the BIOS. It is hardware. Because the BIOS, no matter what I change, it's the same. So I'm like, I'm done, dude. So the first thing I checked, do you think was the GPU or the RAM? I'm asking you, chat. What do you think I checked first? In this crazy time of life where you have like to go rob a bank to buy like 16 gigabytes of RAM. Oh, it's seppuku. The GPU? No. I check the RAM, dude. I check the RAM, brother. I check the RAM. Salut, Luminous. I think my RAM is like worth like 3,200 like Canadian right now. And it looks like it's still going up. My GPU is gonna, my 5090 is gonna be like an option now versus the RAM, man. So anyways, mem test. So one thing I noticed, super important. If I loaded the settings which were super stable before, now they are not stable anymore. Like I didn't change anything. Same BIOS, same settings. I run the mem test. I did run this mem test like 6 months ago. It was perfect. I run it now. It doesn't work anymore. Like error after like 2 passes. So I'm like, dude, my RAM is dead. So what I do, I put the setting called Expo. Okay, so Expo is like the setting that your RAM is supposed to work with. So I put Expo 2. So there is Expo 1, Expo 2, and Expo tweaked. So Expo 1 is just the big timing. Expo 2 is all the timing provided by the provider of the RAM, right? So this is the really on par. And you have Expo tweaked where Asus adds some little tweak if your RAM module are aligned with their own testing, okay? So I didn't go tweaked, I just go Expo 2, which are like the manufacturer settings by default. Okay? And then, no error. So RAM is good on paper. Expo is XMP of DDR4. Yeah, exactly. Expo is for AMD and Intel as another name. Yes, but at the end it's XMP. Yeah, you're right. Fair. So sorry guys, this is a name just for AMD. Like if you're on Intel, it's a different name. You're right, Pension Man. So this is the ID, chat. It could be the overclocking not working correctly, but the thing is like it was working 6 months ago. And now it's not working anymore. So here it's working, dude. Like with Expo 2, I have no error. The RAM is good. So I don't want to push it. I'm like, dude, this is a RAM world, global, universal crisis. I don't want to play with this. I already have enough headache in my life. I don't want to have this, okay? So I put Expo 2, okay? Like, and the tight timing I put, it was to gain like 5 FPS anyways. Like, nobody cares. So, Expo 2, okay, chat? So here I'm like, RAM is okay. Thank God. Alright? Because if I do the mem test for like here it was 5 passes, so it was like 6 hours, something like that. No error, we are god like solid, chat. Salut Fezzy, what did you break this time? I'm breaking my heart, brother. So the RAM is more expensive than the motherboard? Oh yeah, it's way more expensive, dude. Like this is disgusting, dude. Memory is really weird. Tweaks you had 2 years ago can become unstable today. I know. Firmware update about secure boot with all BIOS version. I don't do secure boot. So now, here is what's happening, dude. So the issue for the one who just arrived is that my ProArt crash and doesn't boot properly for cold boot. It shows a white LED. Okay. So expo for this RAM, it's 6000 and it's fine. Okay, like it's like, okay. So this works. Now I was like, dude, if it's not the RAM, this is the GPU. And here I was like, dude, how the heck am I gonna test that? Because I have to unplug the cable. I didn't touch the cable. Like since I put the card there, I'm like, I don't do benchmark anymore. I'm not doing anything. The cable stays there. So GPU, I did the test. I switch because I still have the 4090 here. I switch, same issue. And then someone on Discord was like, bro, try without any GPU. So GPU, so boot with the eGPU. Guess what? Same problem. I still have the 4090? Yes. I didn't sell it yet, chat. Because the price keep going up, so I'm like, maybe 1 month. So, the 5090 is still okay. Which is great. But something is still wrong. Okay. Something is still wrong, dude. Don't give me false hope, Tellurian. I won't be doing it during the stream. But you get the idea here. So 4090, boom. GPU is good. So now I'm like, okay. So maybe it is a PSU. So just for you to understand. Just for you to understand, chat. The problem is still present. It says that there is a problem with the GPU, like the white LED, but there is no GPU inside the motherboard. There is just the eGPU, so the iGPU or eGPU, I don't know what you call it. Like, Fizzy saying it's iGPU. I thought it was eGPU. Well, anyway, that's the GPU in the CPU, right? This is what we are using right now. Like, look at this, chat. I'm not lying to you, dude. We are using... Where is it? The AMD Radeon graphic integrated. Okay, thank you, Fezzy. So it's iGPU. Alright, thank you, dude. So, we are running on the iGPU. Stephen McGregor, what's up? Inconsistent issue like this, do this priority. Reset and replug things. Then RAM, then PSU, then motherboard, then GPU, then CPU. Things are still dodgy. Then deoxide Pro Gold on all contact. So, wait. So I switch the PSU. So right now I have a 1200 watt super flower. Okay. The thing is like, this thing is like 6 months old. I had to buy it when I buy the 5090, okay? I had to buy it, and I had a really good deal. Like those are super cheap in Canada. Like I got a super good deal on that, and it's super small. It's super like this thing is really good, dude. This thing is really good. So I'm like, I can test. The only PSU I have left to test without spending 2 days removing everything is a 750 G3 EVGA. So this, I don't want to take the risk to put it on an NVIDIA card because 750 is a little bit short. And yeah, it's a old one, but it's still working. I know that for sure. So I plugged it and I run it with the iGPU. And guess what? Same problem. I missed the premise, chat. What was the problem? Is having trying to locate the source for. Seasonic, best PSU ever. Yeah, but they're so expensive, bro. You know, the Super Flower, I don't remember when I read that, but like the inside of the PSU most of the times are the same, it's just different branding. And like the I model, they kind of like share the same component. If I believe, Seasonic and Super Flower, they were at a certain time sharing the same component. So, did you do a visual inspection of the motherboard for any blown fuses? No, I didn't do that. That's a fair point. Did you try to eat it with the Bible? Chat. I can't, man. I can't, man. Ah, try the holy water. Okay, chat. You guys are the best, man. So, did you test? It's not the RAM stick. Listen, brother. Like, I don't think I didn't do the RAM one stick because the RAM I tested it in this, and it was working. So I didn't do the only one RAM stick. Salut my channel. You need a holy water loop with holy water. Yes. So expo off. So here it was just something I noticed. It was like my old memory settings that I didn't touch, which were like super rock solid with mem test 6 months ago, on the same motherboard, on the same BIOS, on the same setting. Now when I run them, they don't work anymore. So obviously I don't run mem test every morning. I was thinking that if I don't touch them, it should be fine. So I had to downgrade my timing settings to Expo 2, which works no problem. Oh, I'm not saying it's a RAM, testing one stick at a time in each DIMM slot to test the DIMM slot themselves. Darn, I didn't think about that, dude. So, wait. It wants you to dismantle the entire thing. I did it like 3 times, dude. Because think about it. It took me the whole weekend until, I think on Monday. Yeah. Monday morning, I put the RMA. But listen, you're going to be laughing at this one too. So I do all of this, okay? So it's not the PSU. For me, it's not the PSU, chat. So at this point, I'm like, what's next? We know it's not the RAM. We know it's not the GPU. We know it's not the PSU. We have Mobo, okay? And we have CPU. Der Zimtrauer, have you tweaked your FSLK frequency? This really helped me stabilize my RAM on AM5. Yes, I tweaked it. Like the RAM, like right now, the RAM is actually solid. Like we could launch a mem test and look at it for 5 hours. The RAM is good. It's just so the issue, guys, just as a reminder, when I turn off the PC and I turn it on, it doesn't boot at cold boot. It gives me this white LED stuff. And I don't have the Doctor debug, which gives me the code because it doesn't exist on this motherboard. So it just gives me the GPU white. And if you look at the... it just gives me a white LED. And if you look at the manual, it is the GPU related stuff. So we did all those stuff. And we know it's not the GPU. It's not the RAM. Oh yeah, no, this is not what I've done. Wait, I forget something, chat. Oh, I forget something. Then I didn't know what to do anymore. So I went on our wonderful Discord. And I asked, I was like, dude, like I'm out of ID. And then we had this ID. The reset. So sometimes what happens is like, something is happening, you need to reset everything. So I reset everything except the CPU, dude. I didn't do the CPU. And I'm gonna tell you why I didn't do the CPU, chat. Because I'm lazy and because I'm tired of this. It has been 4 days and I don't want to do the CPU, chat. Because I put so many like thermal paste down there that removing it, recleaning it, re-putting it, like there is no way my CPU is dead, chat. And if I take it out, it's to put in another motherboard. That's the way I see it. So anyways, maybe I made a mistake, but... So. Endgame, Mobo, CPU. That's all I see, chat. Now you added a fair point. The battery. I didn't think about the battery, chat. Like, it would be crazy, dude. I had so many AM5 post-issue, it's really frustrating. Oh, you had a ton too? Man. Listen. So this is me, this is between me and you, chat. I'm gonna be violent. I don't care. I'm not sponsored. I can say whatever the freak I want, chat. This generation of hardware, I'm talking about Intel 14,900K. This AM5 platform, like this is trash, chat. Like this is literally trash. Like, it gives you good result and whatever, but the hardware is so finicky, dude. Like, this is insane. I've been using PC for like 35 years now. I've been putting my hand on them. I've been tweaking them. Like, this thing, it doesn't make any sense. And we are talking about high-end hardware. Because you see, you could have those type of problem when you buy a motherboard at like $50, you put a PSU at like $20, and you cross your finger with I've done it, and you put like two different DDR5 RAM in the thing, and you pray for it to boot. You're like, okay, but here, dude, what is this? So DDR5 memory timing, this is trash. I agree, like my motherboard is a shit show as well. First time I have major issue left and right. Laughing on the LGA 1151. Man, this was super solid, dude. The LGA 51, like this was insane. Like this is not good, dude. Like what is this? So AM5 has been great for me, much better than AM4. So AM4 was, like, for me, has been the best experience lately. My 5950X is, like, still streaming right now. We're still encoding. The thing is rock solid. The PC lane, it always booted. The USB work. Everything is clean. I don't know, dude. I'm just renting right now. because this hardware. So okay. So now let me tell you what happened. Because this is the funny part. Listen to me. So this I'm gonna do it this afternoon. This I do it. I'm gonna do it, dude. Not a day issue on my old M4. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's going on. And I agree, maybe it's related. Guys, maybe it's related to the RAM. I kind of like lean with Luminous there. Because maybe CPU are okay, but like the communication between the RAM and the CPU, like the Infinity Fabric or whatever, it's full of bugs, in my opinion. My field PC was being quirky like that, and we tried everything just like you, new RAM, resetting everything, new PSU. It ended up being the VRM on the Mobo. Yeah, I'm sure this is a Mobo. Like me, I'm sure this is a Mobo. So listen to what I've done, chat. Look at this. So at the time it's Monday, okay? So I think it's Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember, chat. Like he has been, listen to me, dude. He has been hectic for the last while. So I think it's Monday, dude. So Monday, what I do, I'm like, okay, let's RMA it. Okay, I'm done. Right? Because right now, I have to run the PC without the GPU, which is fine. Like, I'm not doing a lot of editing, as you can see. So I'm like, it's fine, no GPU, and I don't have time to game, unfortunately. So I'm like, let's do the RMA and see what's the process. Oh boy. Whoa. I can't make this shit. Okay, so let's start with the beginning. Okay, because I think we, like, in this type of like scenario, there is only one thing that counts, chat. Asus Pro Art 870 X870. Alright, chat. $7,669.99. 7. So this is not the price I paid. I paid less than that. Price $769.99, brother. Okay. So I know nowadays, you know, you buy one stick of RAM, like 10 grand, okay. In the grand scheme of things, but for me, $769 for a freaking motherboard, it better fly. But okay. I call them. Okay, so I called them. I'm I'm a really polite person, and I know the guy or the girl on the phone just doing their work, right? I've been there. I know, you know. So I'm like, listen, what can we do? So it's still under warranty, which is great, because it's less than a year. I don't know. It's like, no, it's 3 years. No. So it's 3-year warranty. My bad. It's 3-year warranty, and the card, like the motherboard, is like 16 months. So we are good, dude. Right? Okay, dude, 16 months. So I'm like, okay. So it's under warranty. We are good. We are solid, okay? So at this point, I'm like, what can you do? So this is what they called advanced. RMA. So what they do, they charge your card. They pre-charge it. I don't know what they do. It doesn't really go out. So here they don't ask 76. They add 79. They ask for 30 more. Okay. And they say, we send it to you. We send a new one. Right? They send you the new one. And then you send it back. But there is a but, chat. If they do the test on the old one, right? They do all tests, right? They do some tests on the old one, and something is wrong or whatever, they can still charge you the $7.99 because it's your fault. Like it break outside of the limit of the warranty. So now you paid this card $30 more. Okay. So that's the problem number one. Problem number two, and you're gonna laugh. Inventory. They don't have no inventory. They don't have card, dude. Like, do you realize what I'm saying, chat? So, water damage usually or extreme overclocking can go outside of the warranty hardware usually. Yeah, but the issue is like if I do that, I let they grab me by the balls, chat. They are like, put the cash down, send the thing, and we decide. We decide if you did something wrong or not. You see the difference, dude? Because the reality is like, do I really want to buy the same card now? At a $30 more, just for convenience. Because you have to see the whole story. Like, I've been thinking a lot about this. So, what do you mean by inventory? They don't have stock. They don't have... So I'm going to tell you what happened, exactly. So, it's Monday, I called. And I'm like, hey, my card is dead. Is it still under warranty? We go through the process. I give the number of the card, serial number, whatever. They're like, okay, it's fine. We have two options. You send the card. So you send the card. So this is the second point I want you to do here. You send the card, and it's 10 business days. It's 10 business days for us to revert it at the moment we receive the card. So let's say... So it's going to be really like it's going to be 3 weeks. Right? Because 10 business days is 2 weeks for them to fix it. And the time you arrive there and the time you come back to my place is going to have at least like 3 days. 3 more business days. So it's 3 weeks. 3 weeks to 1 month. If it starts. Right? Like if it's actually start today. So this one, I can't like I don't have a PC then for like 1 month. Right? So I can't. So the second option was like, okay, send me a new one. And they said, yes, we can do that, but first you need to pay. So you need to put the cash on the table. Second, if Asus says, yes, there is a problem, but it's your fault, it's your mistake, well, we keep the cash. So it's not in my hand anymore. So that's a problem. And the second one, the guy on the phone was like, well, we don't have inventory. We don't have, like what he's trying to explain it to me is like, we don't have ProArt motherboard like yours. We just don't have it, dude. So we can't send you one. So they don't even have the card, brother. And so you wanna hear the worst? You wanna hear the worst? So I had one call, and they create, you know, like whatever, like a special number. So I'm gonna, yeah. Okay, so they create what they call like a case number. So the way it works when you call them here in North America, they are like, hey, you have an issue, you have a menu, right? And the menu is like, oh yeah, first you have a problem with whatever, and then you have a problem with your ProArt hardware. So me, I'm on the phone, I'm just a dude, right? I'm like, oh, ProArt hardware, I press 2, right? I go through the process, I talk to the lady, and then the lady, she's like, oh yeah, but this is not the right place. I'm like, no, I just pressed 2 for the ProArt hardware. And she was like, no, we have a division for ProArt, and we have a division for motherboard. And I'm like, but this is a ProArt motherboard. But she was like, no, like for motherboard, it's a different process. Okay, so I had to redo it again. So, you know, each time it's like 30, it's between like 30 to 1 hour phone call, right? Like you wait. So the second time I got the motherboard stuff. Same case number. The guy is like, yeah, okay, no problem, whatever. Like, okay. He says to me, we're gonna check if we have inventory. It's gonna take 2 days to do the advance, you know, advance replacement, right? I'm like, okay. So let's say it's Tuesday, right? I wait 2 business days, so we're already on Thursday, right? So yesterday. So I call again. I'm like, oh, it has been 2 days, and normally, like, you know, checking inventory shouldn't take 2 days. Like, I understand you have like timeline in your process, but like this is the end of the timeline. What's happening? And so this person on the phone was like, well, you got sent to the wrong place. Dude, they said, right? They said, the whole process you made before was not in the right team, apparently. So we just wasted 2 days there. Or 3 days or whatever. So I'm like, okay, so what about the inventory? He was like, well, the request has been sent, but to the wrong place. We're gonna have to redo it. It's gonna take 2 more days. I'm like, bro. Like, am I this type? Like, am I becoming a Karen? Or like, do we have a real problem? You know what I mean? Maybe I'm becoming a Karen. You know, like the person who is always complaining. But at this point, I think I'm legit, no? You need to send all of this info to Steve so he can add it to their Asus video on GN. Is he doing a Asus video on GN? I have the same issue with my B6050 Eagle AX. It was started becoming more regular. I had many use the power button to get my AMD GPU to be recognized. I have since updated my BIOS and the issue seems to have gone away. I have a feeling the BIOS firmware related, almost like there is a race condition with initiating the GPU, failure to power. Yeah, so I tried multiple BIOS, and the thing is, like, it happens with a BIOS which was working properly. Like, yeah, I don't update my BIOS a lot because I spend so much time working on this freaking, like, you know, like memory timing, that I'm always scared that a new BIOS is gonna F up everything. And so it went from a state where everything was working to not working like that. I didn't touch anything. So everything is just enshittified. Yes. They are shifting blame to hide something. No Karen detected. Okay. No, I fully understand. That's why I'm on Fedora 44 now. Okay, bro. Not to self. Don't buy Asus, especially ProArt. Yeah. They couldn't pass the information to the right division? No! So I told to the guy, because you see, like at this point I start to be upset, right? So, you know, I'm cool and stuff. But when it comes to business, I have my own limit, dude. Okay? And here, he feel like he was not right. So I told the guy, I was like, whoa, like I have nothing against you. You do your work, but you need to tell the guy who is responsible for that we are now we are 4 days in because of you. And you're gonna check the inventory, right? And it's gonna take another 2 days. But what do I do on my hand? So can you accelerate the process? Like can you make it faster? And the guy, I can tell he was just reading something on the screen. It's not his fault, right? And he was like, yeah, well, blah blah blah. Asus is really sorry to blah blah blah. You know, so I'm like, okay, like you know, there is nothing I'm gonna be able to push there. He has done some Asus video before. Interesting. Hey, salut Aralat. Hello. Know exactly where are the claim Mobo tested? Was there an internship during study? Trying to remember if there is work someone I know to help. Yeah, no worries, man. It's fine. Aralat, don't be worried. Like I'm gonna tell you what I decided to do anyways. Bad hardware happens, just like cars. Lemon exists. Sadly, those can't make lemonade. Fair. Salut Kulzi, what's up? So Asus had a rough patch with their AM5 board. Now their excellent board with a new BIOS released, and because of the bad press, the board are cheap. They also have no PCI Express lane sharing. So here is what I've done, chat. So right now, we are on hold for the motherboard and the RMA. Because I asked twice for the RMA the advanced process to be done, but now I don't want to do it anymore. Because I don't trust them. Right? Like they don't have inventory first. Second, they charge me $30 more than the MSRP for the replacement card, right? And 3, they're gonna be the one at the end decided if I keep the cash or not. So that's a lot of if, dude. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't want to go this route. So what I'm gonna do now, I hold the RMA, which means, you know what? You want to play it this way? No problem. We hold it. We're gonna wait them to wake up, okay? On Monday, I'm gonna send, or maybe like after the stream, I'm gonna call them and be like, hey, have you found inventory? Like, what's going on? You know, like, what's up? And me on my hand, yesterday, I did something. So you will tell me if it's a good idea or a bad idea, chat. You tell me. But I'm gonna show you. I got a deal. MSI X870. No, we can't afford that. So no. This is not what we want anyways. Motherboard. I don't know the name. Oh, I think it's this one. They look like tough. It's kind of like... Yeah. I think this is the one I got. Okay, so... It was this. Yep, that's the one I got. Okay, chat. So, say a price for this, chat. And you can look online. You can cheat, no problem. $350 CAD. So I went with this one because he had like 5G here. It's not 10G, but at least it's 5. And I can put as much as NVMe drive. Like that, I can continue to do the stream and the stuff. Like they don't share the lane here. So I got it for $280. 280 this. But I read the kicker, chat. And this is where maybe you're gonna be insulting me, chat. Maybe you're gonna be like, dude, maybe you're gonna be insulting me. Do you know how I got it? Do you know how I got it? Yeah, open box. Open box from Amazon. So I was like I literally save like 30% on the thing. And because it's Amazon, I can send it back. It is 250. So what is it? Is this a franc Suisse? Like this normally is like 400 something, chat. We are gambler. Yes, we are. Listen, man, at this point, I don't have like the motherboard and there is no GPU. So my thought was like, listen, we try that, we see what happened. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work, I send it back, it's Amazon, I don't care. Because this is what I was thinking. Because I could have bought it in a store here in Canada, but most of the store, if I buy it and I send it back, they're going to take 15% of the price. Amazon, I lose nothing. So I'm like, worst case scenario, doesn't work. Allez up. I like that he has no RGB. Yeah, my ProArt doesn't have RGB too. It's looking great. But you see, here I have the little Doctor Debug. Anyways, that's what I've done. So I could use that to debug, and if it works, you know, if it takes like 2 months for Asus to figure it out what's going on with my original board, at least I can run something in between. What do you think, chat? So it's 280, dude. It's 280 CAG. Huh? So let me check. Let me check something because I don't want to. Yeah, so here it's 380 CAG on Newegg. So I save $100. I think this is the plan, chat. I think the Tomahawk will treat you well. So yeah. And worst case scenario, dude, if I can get the other one back in between, I can still get a refund, right? I will keep the open box board and just try to get a refund on the Pro Art. But the thing is, like, I won't have 10 gigabytes with this. You see, the one of the reason I went with the Pro Art is the freaking 10 gigabytes Ethernet there. That's literally all. Buy a PCX card? Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna do that. I already have some anyways. We'll see, chat. Will you try replacing the CMOS battery first? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. This afternoon I do it. I can do it live, chat. Does your network entire stack run 10 gigabyte? Yes. Stefan, you think I'm a noob? I literally wired my place with Cat 6A. I need to make this video on my on network, on lab, everything. Yeah, everything run 10 gigabyte here. Salut Fira. So, yeah, this is where we land, chat. ASRock Phantom Gaming. MSI Mobo with external 10 gigabyte is still half the price? Yeah. I bet he's considering switching everything to optical. No. I'm not doing that again, dude. Like I've done it in my place. It was a real pain. I'm not pushing cable in the house again. Intel DDR5 board, they are giving them away. Yeah, but like, I don't want to buy a CPU. So, anyways, that's the plan, chat. We'll see how this story goes. Hardware on box on all the motherboard. Oh, do they have this one? Do they talk about this one? Hardware unboxed 870, I guess. Oh, this one. I spent 9 months testing every 1 hour. Oh, they have it here. That's the one, chat. Yeah, that's the one, dude. Now in our previous exclusive roundup, just free motherboard on offer, which was a MAG Tomahawk Wi-Fi, which is still available for $220 US. However, since then MSI are massively expanded, and it has to be said complicated the Tomahawk range. Okay, so this is the one. That's the one I ordered. Oh, look at the little button. So $320 US, dude. Okay. Is identical? Everything is the same. Okay. So it's literally the same, dude. I think the 870E give a more like proper division for the lane for the freaking like NVMe, but that's all. You have no idea. Oh, I know. I'm really grateful, dude. I like it. I actually like it. Because you see, like, when you have to put your finger in between. Okay, so it's the same. Yeah, you get the second chipset. That's the thing. Less LAN sharing take places. Okay, so what about the card itself, brother? So I never had an MSI motherboard, chat. I always went with ASRock, Gigabyte, and Asus. I never had an MSI board. It's gonna be my first ever, chat. Okay, so he's explaining like the line sharing and why, you know, you have the extra lane, so we know. Okay, so that we know. That said, there are still some lane limitation, even with the for example, the same lane sharing between the USB 4 port on the I/O panel. The heck? Okay, that's fine. This is fine, chat. Hey, salut the hater. Like, this is fine. But yeah, compared to mine, it's not the same. Before COVID, they were a trash company. So what happened after COVID, dude? I have a X570 Carbon Max Wi-Fi died because of my custom loop, but very satisfied about this motherboard. Yeah, I like the division, chat. I like the way it's set up. Like, to me, it's not a problem. So, for this price, I wouldn't have bought it, to be fair. Wi-Fi is on the motherboard. Oh. Oh yeah, this one, like... I didn't understand the difference between this one and the other one. I guess it's just white or something. This model is specifically designed for a cable-less... Oh! This is for the cable-less experience, dude. So you need the special... You need the special... Like, you need everything special, dude. It wouldn't fit in my... In my case. You need a special case, right? Yeah, you need the case for it, exactly. Okay, so what is the recommendation? I'm not in market, chat. I'm gonna be honest, like... I'm not in market at all. Like, I'm just getting this one to wait and see what's happening with my motherboard. Liver mix. ASRock, okay. I didn't see this one when I was shopping. Oh wow, dude. Not bad. Not seen it before, must be new. Yeah. So this is a trick. The audio, I don't care. The Wi-Fi, I don't care. What I need is like the lane for the NVMe, and I need the lane for a potential like 10 gigabyte card that I already own anyways. That's all I need. And like the 9800X3D is like you don't need a lot of VRM. Like this CPU doesn't suck a lot of power. So I'm like, you know? In my opinion, the live mixer are really good. B850 is actually kind of better due to PCI Express usage. How are you, Speedlab? Salut, Chris. With AM5, I will never buy an ASRock, but apparently they fixed everything. I almost bought an ASRock board when I got my 9800 3D, but there is a lot of report of ASRock killing the CPU, so I went with Gigabyte in the end. I think they fixed that. I have a 10 gigabyte card and 3 slot GPU in my live mixer B850. Good physical PCI spacing. Yeah, that's the other issue. You need the space. Dude, I have my old 7800X3D in my Steam machine with a tiny cooler, and it doesn't even get to 80 degrees Celsius. I know. I feel like every mainboard manufacturer kind of like handled AM5 badly. I don't know, man. I'm disappointed, chat. I'm like personally, I'm disappointed by this experience. I know it can happen to have like the motherboard died, or I just feel it super odd. Yeah, the spacing seems fine too. Huh? Like if you have your big card here, you can put it on the bottom slot here, it should be fine. So yeah. So the MSI Gaming Plus Max Wi-Fi. Hey Fezzy, have a good one, dude. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for passing by, brother. Man, I didn't know MSI was so good on motherboard. Carbon Wi-Fi. So why are they talking about this 64 megabyte BIOS? What does it do exactly? Oh man, and still not 10 gigabyte, dude. Like what the heck? Like what are they thinking, man? I don't understand, chat. MSI are great, and most of the board have good PCI sharing. Thing I hate about modern motherboard plug in a few fast SSD and they put GPU down. Oh yeah, like the line sharing. Yeah. Well, you can stop sharing lane if you had like $200. It's always the same story, yeah. That's the absolute worst thing about X670E and X870E. So few good boards with 10 gigabyte native. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't push it. Salut Florenzi. Need 10 gigabyte? Yes, you need. $64 megabyte will have enough space for future CPU support with future update. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. You think it's gonna have enough space for the NVMe drive, chat? Pretty neat, pretty neat. Wow. This look good, huh? But I guess this is the one with the connector on the back. Oh, there is one with wood on it? Oh my gosh, chat. My man. What the? This is awesome, chat. This is actually awesome. What would have thought? Unnecessary motherboard. The Asus Crosshair Dark Hero. Yeah, this one look good, but how much is it? Like $2,000? Like this is a problem. Those ones, they were kind of like reachable before. Like you will pay like 500 and you will have something good, and now it's like $1,000, $1.5 grand. I don't even understand it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not fan of that. I understand, like, if you are, if you can, like, if you are rich and you just want to burn your cash, I get it. I'm not judging anyone, but like, what is this? That's for the NVMe. Dark Hero is 700 USD. Yeah, so it's like, it's 1 point. Yeah, like $1,000 CAD. The younger generation just discovered you can build things out of wood. Yeah, I agree, Luminous. Like my AM4, like Dark Hero, I think I paid it like maybe 400 or something like that. Max. The most I spend is 350 for a motherboard. Yeah. They need to sell a ball cap with those. Cool your brain in this extreme heat. Yep. Ah, man, I don't know, dude. Like, I think this is expensive. Like, this is such a good marketing move because you look at those, you're like, oh, this is so cool. And the truth is, like, you never look at your motherboard anymore, chat. Like, mine is there. I barely look at it. Like, you don't care, right? You just don't care. You just want this thing to work. Sadness, chat. Sadness. You only care when someone come and you want to brag about it? Like, how many times do you brag about your PC, bro? I'll always have steel build. Look for me are never important, really. Yeah, I feel you, man. 1 billion time? I don't know. I get the bragging right, but it gets old very fast. And especially, you know, like one day, like 1 year after, now it's a little bit slower, but like, let's say you go full bragging right. Like in 2 years from now, you can't brag anymore anyways. You know, it's like, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, you have a 9800 X3D? Meh. We have the 10,800 X3D now. You suck, brother. Right? Oh. My only brag is running full AMG. Well, that's what I'm running. Dude, I can brag right now. I'm full AMG, brother. I'm like full power, chat. Look at this. Full AMG machine, chat. Okay. Alors, mouse. I'm gonna set up the sound, okay, chat? Nice. Power. We don't sleep here, chat. We don't sleep anyways. Alright. Okay, this is working. Let me do the usual. I said I will do a script for that. I didn't do it yet, huh? Gonna have to do it soon. Okay, so this should be fine. Yes. Oh, wow. Full AMG with no DGPU? Still full AMG? But that extra 4% increase in FPS? The most important increase, dude. You can't brag anymore. Everybody knows. Like the jealous, they're gonna be like, yeah, but it's good. Your 9800 X3D is good, but not as good as a new one. Just to make you, you know, just to like stab you in the back. Be like, hey, you thought you could brag, huh? Nah, you don't. No, bro, you don't. You suck. Sucks to suck. Can I do it this way? No. Oh, maybe I can. Can I do it this way? I don't even know. Or do I need to like... Oh, maybe I did. Wait. Let me check. I never tried it before. Pro of...
Front, left, front, right.
Bro, play CS2 of the CPU. You can brag in a couple of years. Oh yeah, still have a PC I actually own. Fair. Brody made a video about the article testing XWLAN latency. I think we talked about it like a long time ago, but I think we talked about it a long time ago, dude. Wait, Air Max, did you try disable the iGPU? Yes, I did. Like my iGPU is always disabled no matter what. When I have a discrete GPU. Oh! So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, chat. Hey, Stefan, thank you very much, brother. Have a good one, okay? And take care. So I don't really know what we're gonna do. So we can play game. We can look at the news real quick of this week. So I will keep you in the loop for the Tomahawk. See if it works. But yeah, we'll survive, chat. So what is this? Did you make a review of the Steam machine? Good news everywhere. I now have a Steam machine in the gaming on Linux house, and I have some initial thoughts. Good for you, dude. My article on Steam machine are completely unsponsored. This was a personal purchase, as Valve PR did not return my email. Yeah, so they did the same for me. Also, a shout out to the wonderful Mark for giving up their reservation for me. Big thank you. Wow. Let's check in on HDMI, FRL, and VRR. I estimated winter, spring for things making their way to user. Wow, that far, huh? The empirical proof that XWLAN is causing latencies that Brody covered yesterday versus Wayland. Oh yeah, so we watched this video already. We watched the article like I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Crazy, the Steam machine is a top seller. It's so damn small. Well, we all knew already that it was small, but you can truly not appreciate just how small it is until you have it in the palm of your hand. Okay, chat. Now close your hand. Close your eyes and forget about the Steam machine. Well, we all knew already that it was small. But you truly cannot appreciate just how small it is until you have it in the palm of your hand. Oh man, I can't anymore, dude. Ah. Okay. Demonetized. We'll be fine on Patreon, chat. We'll be fine on Patreon. By the way, guys, if you want to support the channel, if you have a Prime sub, if you forget to support the channel on Patreon, you know where it's at. Patreon.airmax.com. Okay, chat. And on Prime for Twitch. I'm just saying. It's actually a bit ridiculous how compact it is. The weight of it is surprising too. So you can put it in a backpack. The fiancé was nicely surprised by the size of it too. No. My man, do I have a problem? Maybe I need a break, chat. Maybe I'm just tilting right now. I'm thinking about this freaking motherboard. Okay, chat, everything is fine. So she was surprised by the size too. Fitting in our life happily, so she can still have her various trinkets around since it takes up barely any space. Barely wider than the Steam controller. So I have to say, like, joke apart, like, this is pretty neat, dude. Oh. This is pretty neat. And I like his little parrot there. Is that the... He's from a video game, right? Like a PlayStation video game, I believe. This gentleman here. Okay, the setup. Actual setup was shockingly nice and simple. Morph out. Another little impulse, the performance little... Oh, you can increase that, no? There's been a problem for some time on SteamOS with external monitor, but probably pretty low priority for Valve to actually solve. Just a measure. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, so we know the spec. Wireless performance on my network is so good, I don't even feel the need to connect it to Ethernet to it either. Okay. So I don't want to read all of it, chat, because I think if you want to read it, you should go and read it. See if I learned something, but I don't think I'm going to learn everything. Wow. So not under 120 FPS for Overwatch in 1080p. Is it 1080p though? Oh no, 1440p, dude. Oh yeah. Lilo and Stitch. You're right. You're right, it's Lilo and Stitch. Forza Horizon 6. So does it deep? Yeah, this is not good. That. There is still an issue of random itching, which seems to be a general Proton performance issue. So you have to switch to 1080p, chat. Have you tried the Singularity desktop environment from the Bottle Dev? No, I did not. What is it? We can look at it after. Cyberpunk FSR4 76. Man, this is insane. So you can run FSR4 on this, huh, chat? Wow, 1440p. I still see it more as a PC itself, and a small like gamer rather than what they are selling it for. Or maybe it's just me, chat. Salut Wahung. What happened to my motherboard? You can watch the stream. Like I speak about it for like 1 hour. Or maybe 2, I don't even remember. Yeah, that's a nice little machine. Definitively. But you see, me, I see it more as a portable desktop. Plus the option to play. That would be like the usage I will do with that. And I will just like stick to like the indie game with this. Because when they say it's a console, like it is a console, but like if you can't play the AAA game on 4K, like this is rough, man. Ah, First Light has de novo anti-tamper DRM removed. Nice. Beam eye tracker. Marvel Token Fighting Soul appear to block SteamOS and Linux. No way. Appear to be using the Epic Game own easy anti-cheat. Oh well, I guess we are not going to buy this game. If LAN still existed, it would be the perfect form factor for it. Yes. Linus made a video about using it as a PC, or maybe we're gonna watch that. It's tough to position yourself as a 4K gaming, solution if you can't really play all the 4K. Like that's the issue I have, really. Valve give Steam wishlist and Steam gift a major needed upgrade. Valve just upgraded the Steam wishlist and Steam gift system to bring new feature, and they sound like truly major upgrade. This is part of why so many people stick with Steam. For Steam wishlist, Valve added a custom category that you can sort game into. So if you want, you can make a birthday list or a list for someone else, and you can quickly add game to specific lists from Steam store page. You can even share a link to specific category of your wishlist to send to other people. But the thing, dude, like if you send it, my problem I have with the wishlist is like sometimes some of you guys want to send me a game, and you just can't. You have to add me as a friend, and then you can watch my wishlist. So it's good to share it, but like, what's the point if you can't buy game to your friend? Each game in the list has also a micro trailer appear when you overlay. Okay. Also, Steam gifting has been made a lot easier and make a lot more sense with wishlist link. As guests don't need to even have a Steam account to buy you game now. No way. It was previously limited to digital gift card and hardware. That's probably my favorite recent Steam change. Salut Markman. Yeah, we just read the article. It's because of the Epic Game easy anti-cheat, I believe. Like this is what was written there apparently. So people don't even need to know your Steam account. They can give direct to an email What the? On top of that, Valve finally made cross-region gifting work better. Steam will actually now allow it. So you can gift anything anywhere now pretty much. Dude, this is awesome. Hey, don't be worried, Markman. Sorry, I didn't want to sound like that, dude. I'm just saying, yeah, we cover it. It just sucks, man. It just sucks. We just won't give the... Watch, it's here. We won't give them money, dude. It appears to be using the Epic Game owned easy anti-cheat. So, that's fine. Maybe one day they will learn, chat. D-Brand revealed their Steam Machine skin, including a few Valve. Oh. Oh, wow. Where can we go there? Boys, this is nice. You know, I like the fact it become kind of like a pop art type of object. Man, like I really like that. Look at this marble finish. I missed the article. I went through it. I don't think it was that interesting. Proton Cache OS adds support for VKD3G. Okay. Compatibility tool running. As a reminder, is made by the community. Okay. Oh, they push the netbook one, this one. Nice. Bro, he shared it with us on the Discord. I didn't test it. Wow, this is awesome, chat. I thought it was the old one, so this is a new one, dude. That's why I patched it. This is actually awesome. Oh, so they update the article. Okay, now I know what you mean. Maybe we should take a look at the article itself. Okay, maybe we're gonna look at that, chat. Mountain Blade, no. Those are more games. I really like this website, chat. Okay. More Fallout is coming. Starfield support continues, but Elder Scrolls 6 is the main priority. Yeah, it's material for next stream, if anything. Yeah. We could look at it. So yeah, there is nothing like crazy new, dude. Since last week. It has been pretty calm, chat. Which is fine. This is actually interesting. Because we were talking about this, right? With him, and he was telling us like, hey, you need to try it, and freaking life. Don't have the time to do anything those days. No, you can have the Steam controller too. Pimped. Real black leather. Boof. Man, they do such a good job, huh, chat? Like, these look pretty good. Hmm. It has been a calm month. Hopefully the floodgate will open in September, October. Yeah. This one is awesome. Touch grass. Oh, so this I like very much, but it give me like eye anxiety. I don't know how to explain it. It's like when I look at that, I'm like, whoa, this is cool, but it just hurt my eyes. But this is so cool. No way, you can have the skin like that? Wow. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Salut Xas. I'm glad it's a calm month. Grim Dawn just came out with an S tier expansion. I will be occupied for the next couple of weeks. Nice, dude. Borderlands, yeah. Like this is hurting my eyes, but it looks really good. I'm wondering what is the real quality of this. Like when you get it in your hand, how it feel, if it's solid. Oh, they do the phone too? So wait, what do I have? I think I have this one. So it's just vinyl, right? Yeah, I'm not sure, huh, chat? Not really sure about that. $30. Ah. Oof. Okay, chat. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we could watch the video of Linus. And call it a day, dude. I think I'm gonna grab a coffee, chat, and see what he's talking about this time. Like I'm always interested by some of his tech. Oh, so this is the one you were mentioning, right? Valve accidentally made the best desktop PC I ever used. What?
Don't let your
What is he saying, chat? Is he just rediscovering like KDE or something? Oh man. I have their Ferrari Red Vinny skill on my Steam Deck. It's great, easy to apply. You just need a hairdryer to smoothen it out. So, what happens if you want to remove it? He prefer it over debloated Windows. Hey, you remember when we talked about that? And I said, chat, there is no way he's gonna switch to Windows debloat. Like, I knew it, chat. I don't even know if I can run 4K video on this.
When Valve announced
Okay, yeah, so it's gonna work. Okay, chat. Alright. So, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna make myself a coffee and we're gonna watch it together. Let's take a break.
The pipe.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Back to the lobby. Okay, I'm gonna need the other bathroom, dude.
Okay. Wait, right. Alright. Nice. Dude.
Got him, dude.
He would have run right into that. We're not.
Yeah, we are no cheater here, dude. Patat.
Oh my god.
Yo, I'm gonna get some nades off this body. Never mind, he didn't have any.
Yay! Oh, this guy is upset, dude. Good job, guys. Yay! PP gang? But oh my Jude. Oh man, they're gonna be upset. I'm so sorry, guys. Man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Team of 3, dude. 2 down.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, kill all of them. Four, all down.
Nice, dude.
Machina?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh! Oh, papichou! Papa! Oh!
Husky!
Yeah!
Husky! Manito!
Oh, Manitou!
Husky!
Ah! Oh my god, did you see that, guys?
Love!
Oh! Obrigado, mi amigo!
There you go.
Oh! Before, like the bunker, because there were guns in it. Because here there is nothing, like here there's literally nothing, dude.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
One down. All dead, you have gun. Ho 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 ho. It's a good old time, huh, chat? Yeah, there's so many good first things to donate to. It would be nice to know which project have a lot of backing so I could put my money towards the little guy who really need it. Yeah, fair. Any good X70 board you all recommend on Amazon? We just watched a video about hardware unbox. Maybe you should take a look at it. Me, yeah. Right now, I wouldn't recommend Asus ProArt. That's all I have to say, dude. Mr. Mushroom. Okay, let's see.
When Valve announced the Steam Machine, everybody, including Valve, saw it primarily as a competitor to living room consoles like the PlayStation 5. But if you ask me, everyone, including Valve, got it wrong.
What? Everybody got it wrong. Did they really position themselves against the PlayStation? Or did we position itself? So, did we position the Steam machine against it? That's the real question.
Be clear, it's perfectly okay for couch gaming. It's just that, in my opinion, as a desktop PC or as a workstation, it's a way better product.
Man, is it really good for couch gaming, dude? I'm so confused, man. I think like this is something I really need to work on, chat. Like creating content which kind of like trigger people to engage, because this is how you make view, dude. Hey, salut Birtor. Thanks for your recommendation, brother. Appreciate it. Is it just going to prove that what desktop Linux needs is polish and integration coordination? I think my take from what chat said is like, because you remember, like when we reacted to the latest video he made, it was all about him getting away from Windows, and he said Linux was not there, and he should, if I remember correctly, go through like Windows but without the bloat. That was his whole approach. He said, for my work, I have to keep Windows. And this, I agree. like if you test hardware, most of the hardware is like designed for Windows first. So if you need to make like hardware review, Linux is not the place to be. However, I said that he wouldn't be able to stay on Windows dblot because Windows dblot is like the worst thing that you can think about. Because each time there is an update, you need to undeblot. Everything happens in the background. This is where you really understand how small of a control of power you have on your own hardware. Because you realize that without your will, without your acceptation, Microsoft is still moving things around on your PC. Even if you deblot. Like, you deblot, you install an update, you come back, and it's reblot again. Wonderful, chat. Honestly, the only people buying a Steam machine is people who want a super small computer in their room. Some develop to remove Defender 2, a big security risk. Yeah, and there is that too.
Maybe the best desktop PC that I've ever used.
Oh non. Oh, j'en peux plus. The best desktop PC I've ever used. Man, I need to do this. I need to write scripts like that. Hey, you know what? This Kingston SSD, I thought it was not the best. But after installing like 1200 Linux distro on it, I started to dig into it, and this may be like the best SSD I ever used. Is the controller slow after writing like 10 megabytes? Yes. But it still doesn't get warm. And when you look at it, is the ProArt the best board I ever used? Yes. Is it cheap? Depend what you ask for. Like, what I don't even know how to do that, man. Like, I don't even know how to do it. Is the RMA process pretty quick? Depends. It's the best, but I don't even know what to say. Like, this is the best desktop PC he ever used. Bro, he's having a freaking 5090 water-cooled in his rack downstairs in his place with like 128 gigabytes of RAM, the latest like CPU, and now he said like this is the best experience he ever had with this. It's a great machine, by the way, don't get me wrong, but it kind of like it doesn't align with the wording here.
To be clear, it's not the fastest. Oh, that's my Teams. Yeah, you might want to close that. I've been daily driving it. To be clear, it's not the fastest or the flashiest. It doesn't offer industry-leading upgradability or repairability. And the price is a big challenge.
So bro, where are we going?
But the thoughtful hardware design and the seamless integration with Valve's SteamOS makes this the closest thing that I have ever experienced to a PC Mac Mini. and it's made me go from, well, I'd like to like Linux, to, I don't know how I can go back to Windows now.
Oh no! No! Bro! No! Oh no, chat. So listen, chat. I think it was like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. He said he couldn't go back to Linux, and then he can't go back to Windows until Windows puts ads for lttstore.com in the start menu. Randy, what's up, my man? Did you switch to Linux, Randy? We are waiting for you here to join the gang. When I heard about the... Oh yeah, so this is the other conversation about LG. So, listen, chat, I don't know, man. I think this is great, like he's going in a roller coaster mode, because it's like infinite glitch for content. You see, the day I say, hey, I'm switching to Linux, I have nothing else to say, right? I have nothing else to say. But him, because he's like, oh, I switched to Linux, but I switched back to Windows, but I switched back to Linux, and I switched back to Windows, and this is the best experience I ever had, but this is the worst experience I ever had, and this is the best, and this is like, it's infinite content. And everybody is triggered one way or another, because we watch the video and we're like, dude, and we have to finish watching to hear what he says. We are being totally trolled and manipulated, chat. What's up, dog? You remember that, huh, Andy? You could say I'm Linux curious. I switched to a MacBook Pro for work. Yep. I think this is gonna be the most, like, reliable path for work, unfortunately. Even if you look at the stat, dude, like, Apple is a big winner of, like, Microsoft being trash. Like, we have been talking about Linux, right? But, like, the only downfall for Apple is that you can't really game on it yet. They are working on it, but I don't think it's gonna be a thing for a long time. But yeah, for work, it's gonna be Apple. Sadly, I hope you switch to a MacBook Pro before the 35% increase in price. Cheers, by the way. Anyways. So what is going to be the take here? So my guess is going to be all about the software and the integration of the software with the hardware they are giving. Like this CEC stuff is actually awesome, like I have to say. Like the Steam machine, that is great. But the reality is, like, you can have like 99.9% of this experience on every Linux distro. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what it's all about. I didn't watch this video yet, so.
Guys, the year of the Linux desktop is 2026.
Oh man! Oh, no. He's gonna do all of them, chat. The year of the Linux desktop. Nvidia is strong. Winslop. All the memes are gonna be there, chat. He's gonna put all of them, dude. All of them. I got my M4 Pro chip, 16-inch back in December. Good deal compared to now. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Like, honestly, it's good for Linux. At the end of the day, like, I'm happy still talking about it. I'm trolling a little bit, but at the end of the day, this is great, man. Because he has the reach I wish I could have to talk about Linux stuff and also to pay my bills. Yeah. But it definitively is gonna help Linux, I think. I just hope like in 2 months it's not going to be like, oh, my experience is trash now. I'm going back to Windows, like F Linux. Like this is what I'm always scared about with this type of approach with those content creator. But anyways, we'll see.
And the Steam machine is leading the charge. And if you don't believe me, stick around for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I think I can probably change your mind.
I
I
will
can also tell you about
No. Nice try, brother.
you somehow missed our previous coverage of the Steam machine, everything I've already said about it remains true. What
Yeah.
Valve's designed here is an outstanding little desktop cube PC.
Do they put the Valve music each time? It's bothering me. At the back? This is hardcore triggering me.
Outstanding little desktop cube PC that manages to offer up
This is a loading screen from Valve. They just put it like in loop behind.
some expansion in the form of an M.2 slot and 2 DDR5 SODIMM slots, along with reasonable repairability through a partnership for replacement parts with iFixit, and an unassuming design that manages to be as quiet as it is adorable. The one area where
I like this dude. Yeah. That's how I feel when I look at my Asus motherboard and then I cry like that. I'm like, why? Why did you leave me? Why? Yeah.
adorable. The one area where it falls short, ironically, is gaming performance. But that's not really an issue when I'm using it as a workstation, and for day-to-day use, it doesn't feel slow. And
So I'm gonna tell you something, chat. I did a challenge which was like I think 2 years ago now, with the Steam Deck, which was running at the time SteamOS, and I have to say that SteamOS is, in terms of like approach, is the best of both worlds between Immutable and Arch. And I will stay on my statement. I believe this is the best approach for operating system for a large public, because it gives you the immutability side with the way they implemented it. And I really encourage you to watch the video I made about SteamOS where I explain everything. And for the people who are a little bit more advanced, it's really easy to cancel the immutability and use it as an Arch distro. And I think this is where a distro like Bazzite kind of failed, because starting to break the immutability on Bazzite is bad because of the way it's built. So it has advantages and I would say like disadvantages when it comes to Bazzite like structure. But I think like Valve, they really nailed it here, because the OS is way more versatile than any other immutable distro. Because I say it again, SteamOS is immutable, but like to switch it to mutable, like it's one command. So I think their approach is way better. I can't wait for SteamOS with NVIDIA support. Oh, it has been there for years, dude. You can install SteamOS on a machine with NVIDIA card and install the drivers. They are on the Valve repo. They are a little bit old, but they are there. If I was going immutable, I would go NixOS. Yes, but NixOS is too hard for the... Like the transition between... So let me explain you something. And this is just my vision, but I think I'm right on that. If you have an NixOS, like for example, like what my buddies are creating with GLFOS, where you have an option where everything is ready out of the box, this is awesome. In my opinion, that's a better approach than what we have done, for example, with Bazzite. The issue with that is like the gap between a newbie coming to this OS and enjoying it and the newbie becoming better at NixOS, it's so big, dude. I would say it's even bigger than... Maybe not bigger. Different type of approach, but like it's really hard gap. Here, the gap is like so small. It's one command. And then everything which is on internet, the documentation, everything can apply to SteamOS. On NixOS, finding documentation, learning how everything works is a real pain. Like, the approach is so hard. And I know for some of you guys it's going to be easy because you are dev, because you are techie, but I'm thinking about the normal user. There is no way they're going to be able to, how to explain, like, push it a little bit further than what the current config is. And this is a problem with immutable in general. And I think Valve did great on this. Just my 2 cents, chat.
A big part of that comes down to the excellent SteamOS software. Now, it's worth getting this out of the way early. A lot of what I'm about to say about SteamOS is really about Arch Linux, the KDE Plasma desktop environment, or Flatpak, the package manager that makes browsing and installing.
Okay, so that's exactly what I said. Right, chat? This is exactly what I said. So, through testing this machine, because he kind of like forced himself on the challenge, he started to rediscover Linux, dude. NVK will never be as performant as a proprietary driver, unfortunately. Or I would say never say never, :4sex. Never say never. An immutable system is great for someone who will never tinker with their system. For example, the person who knows little about computer, yes, and I do agree with that. What I was trying to say is, like, there is always a moment where you might need to break the immutability, or you don't have the software available within the immutability like repo, whether you are using Buzzite or NixOS or whatever. And this is where it's hard. So, me, I always use the CachyOS kernel and the NVIDIA driver as an example because I think this is the most common. And I know there is counter-argument to that. But there is a ton of software. If you want to go out of the way of the immutable like repo, what the distro already enforce on you, you're going to be in trouble. And you could say, well, you know, for NVIDIA, you just have to wait for them to upgrade the driver or whatever, which is fair. Like, there is a counter-argument. But there is some software, some trick related to hardware you're going to have to go through which are not in those repos. And this is where the big art block is. You know, it's a big roadblock. You arrive there, you're like, okay, I don't know, I want to use this piece of hardware. But there is no solution with the immutable repo. Now I have to go dig somewhere else. The solution is there, but because you have to implement it on an immutable space, now you hit the wall. And for a non-techie, this is way harder than you think. So, Valve, it's easy because you press this command, you say cancel immutability, you run your Arch command there, you put it in user space, you put it in a way where it's going to be accessible in the future. You log the image down again and you are good to go. It's just one command. So again, like, go watch the video because I think also like a lot of people like talk about SteamOS, but they don't really understand how it works. It's just two Arch images which are locked. There is image A, image B, and when you do an upgrade, it's just upgrade on the other image and you boot on the latest image. This is simple as that. And you have one command that lock and unlock the package install and everything. Like, so this is literally what it's all about. But this is so smart and so simple because you can switch to an Arch Linux model in like 1 second and relocate if you really want to relocate. Right? So let's say like his approach is kind of odd because he could have had this experience way before. I think the issue, because he went to Pop OS again, he didn't have the KDE experience, right? So like a Red, no, Red doesn't work this way. So you are meaning, okay, you are meaning like a disk replication, like Red 1, right? But like all the Red doesn't work like that. But if the image upgrade doesn't wipe your changes, you can lock all the change. It's relatively easy, dude. Because at the end of the day, it's just Arch. Be under. So your personal like folder, everything doesn't change. It's just the implementation is way easier than a Nix or a Bazzite.
Applications on Linux very App Store-like. But Valve has made meaningful contributions to making these things as good as they are, including sponsoring upstream development. And, maybe more importantly, Valve is doing the work of curating all of the elements that make up SteamOS and validating the experience of how they work together. Take, for instance, the switch.
So this is true. Like without Valve, I don't think we'll get there yet. We wouldn't be where we are at now.
Process between the default gaming SteamOS interface and the desktop one you're looking at here. All it takes is a quick reboot to desktop mode button, and within seconds, game scope is gone to be replaced by a lightly customized KDE Plasma that is made to be just so friendly to Windows refugees like myself.
Yes. But to be fair, like the KDE experience on Kashi, Nobara, like all the gaming distro, like the main one, you will be fine. It will be like almost the same, if not the same.
I would say that customizing it to your liking should take no longer than like 10 to 30 minutes. Like my oddball 6K by 2.5K monitor resolution was detected immediately, and while I was checking that, I was struck by just how simple the configuration menus are. Like,
so this is KDE, right? Like he's just discovering KDE at this point.
Like, why does Microsoft feel the need to hide HDR settings within a submenu? And for that matter, why is refresh rate an advanced option? It's 2026. This is more like it. Oh, and by the way, thank you for having pointer acceleration off by default. Like, duh, right? Grabbing my free.
Dude, I don't know what to say. Okay.
Frequently used programs was painless, Chrome for browsing, Zap for WhatsApp messages, OBS Studio for screen cap, VLC, a calculator, since one wasn't included for some reason, and Windows snapping works exactly like you'd expect. Actually, better than Windows in some respects. Have you guys?
Yeah, so this, but again, it's just KDE, dude. Yeah, exactly, Birtor. Like this is KDE.
Ever had a window that's like stuck, snapped to a virtual display somewhere off screen and thought, oh, darn it, now is it?
Yeah, you see it there? It's there, chat. See the window? It's just there.
Control arrow, or is it Windows arrow to move it over? Well, on SteamOS, I don't know, just close it and reopen it. A freshly launched application will pop up somewhere sensible, like, I don't know, maybe in the middle of the screen. Is this not a bug, chat, from KDE, dude? And Wayland? I'm so tired, boss. I think it's a Wayland issue. Because the way it's set up, it just puts the window in the middle. Boss, I'm so tired. Am I going crazy? I think this is a bug, chat, related to Wayland and KDE. This is not the expected behavior. It just pop out on the middle because of Wayland, dude. It's a feature, not a bug. How does nobody employed at LMG know basic Linux? I'm tired, boss. I'm just tired, guys. Love it.
Okay.
The whole experience feels familiar.
So that's the whole problem. This is the whole problem, dude. It's a problem, but for him, it's a feature. You can't make this shit up, I know.
But better, with thoughtful features like wiggling the mouse to embiggen it, like on a
So this is a behavior we are expecting. This is a wanted behavior, dude.
Mac. The ability to ping your speakers simply by clicking the volume slider rather than dragging it. Why did you remove that functionality, Microsoft? And barring the odd weird frame drop.
Like, the more I listen to it, the more it's like a video to show Microsoft what needs to be done versus a full acceptance of what KDE is.
Well-tuned animations that look and feel modern, but are fast and subtle enough that they don't get obnoxious. A recent Samsung One UI
But bro, like like this has been the case since Plasma 5, no? Like it has been like 3 years, like 3 or 4 years. Like the freaking KDE Plasma experience has been awesome. So it was not perfect. We didn't have HDR. We didn't have all the stuff, but still, like how did he test it last time?
UI update is actually the perfect example of the kind of animation bloat that SteamOS eschews. Why are 5 tiles wiggling every time I swipe a notification? That's not to say that everything went perfectly. This is my desktop setup at work. Like that blissful looking mousepad, by the way. Coming soon, ltdstore.com. Anyway, I ditched having a desktop the better part of a year ago because I have 2 desks at our 2 offices, and it's way easier for me to carry all of my stuff around with me on a laptop. So I'm a big fan of USB-C docking in order to hook up all my peripherals and charge my battery. Well, the Steam Machine has a USB-C port, and it's pretty high speed at 10 gigabit per second. But unfortunately, it is not wired up as a display output, nor does it have USB 4 capabilities to allow it to work with Thunderbolt peripherals.
Oh, that sucks. He doesn't say it's new, he just appreciates it. So my thing is like, he appreciates it now, El Snarko, but he has been out for like years. That was my take on this. I still believe so far it's a net positive for Linux, right? Like as I said earlier, but he has been pretty negative about Linux, and now he starts to realize, you know, that's just my take. Plasma has been Plasma has been getting better steadily. The contrast is because Windows has been getting worse at much faster rate. Yeah, that's a solid argument. But other desktop environment on Nobar and CacheOS are also okay. I'm using KDE, but you can also run Hyperland. Yeah. So without getting too complicated, I think his take at the beginning saying that KDE is the easiest transition. I agree with him, because when you have like switching to GNOME or Hyperland requires another like type of effort if you are already used to the Windows type of like experience. I think KDE is more seamless because it's more Windows than Linux. GNOME will be like more like Linux, you know. And GNOME is not easy when you are not like until you get really familiar with it. Essential stuff isn't broken anymore for him. He's actually using Linux now. Yeah. So this is positive, El Snarko. But again, like what I was saying earlier is like it was the latest video we watched together. He said he couldn't do Linux. And now he's back at it.
And this is a great example of the kind of thing that can end up overlooked in the rush to get an embargo day review out, but might come up during the weeks or the months that you spend daily driving a device later.
So this I appreciate that though, because you see like I can tell like from their end of the business, they have to deliver fast, right? And I can tell like it's really hard. With my little experience with my review of just a webcam, man, it is a real pain, dude. And you can forget a lot of things. But the point is the fact that he's taking the time to test it on a daily basis. I think it's cool. Because this is in this type of scenario where you can really see the problem. And because they have so many like different type of products, it is harder for them to nail the issue right away. Yeah. So I appreciate that.
Unlikely to be a huge issue for you, since you likely won't be carrying your Steam machine back and forth to the office in your backpack. But still, I wouldn't have minded a better Type-C port, or, while we're at it, a 2.5 gig network port. I suspect Valve knew what they were doing when they focused instead on high-speed wireless networking and left off 2.5 gig LAN. I mean, they do, after all, run the Valve hardware survey.
I thought at the beginning he said when he says SteamOS, he's talking Linux in general. Yes, and I agree with that too. My only like the only like thing I was saying, and Els Narco like jumped on it, is that this is not new. And when I say it's not new, it doesn't say it's new either. But I think the timing of the video related to Steam Machine, he could have done this video about KDE 3 years ago. This is what I was trying to explain. Like if 3 years ago he get an AMD GPU, put it in a machine and start to run KDE, he would have had the type of experience. I don't think the Steam Machine correlation here or whatever is appropriate, right? And especially with the example he gave. So that's why I'm kind of like, because what happened between those 3 years, he has been pretty negative toward Linux. Right? So that's why I'm saying like there is nothing new. Even if he's not saying it's new. It's just new from his perspective, the way he presents it. Because he said like with this machine I realize that. Which is fair, but it would have been more appropriate in my opinion to realize it before and just testing it properly. It's just my 2 cents. I still believe it's a net positive. That's all.
But on a CPU with 6 Zen 5 cores, I should be able to exceed gigabit download speeds without buying a separate 2.5 gig USB NIC. On the subject.
So wait. What are we talking about here? So let's talk about the issue. So he said the USB docking.
In order to hook up all my peripherals and charge my battery.
Okay.
Well, the Steam Machine has a USB-C port, and it's pretty high speed at 10 gigabit per second, but unfortunately, it is not wired up as a display output, nor does it have USB 4 capabilities to allow it to work with Thunderbolt peripherals.
Yeah, but the thing is like this thing was designed as a console. So it wouldn't make sense for them to wire it this way. So I'm defending Valve here. I get his point, but why would they overcharge the cost for this? But it's a fair remark.
This is a great example of the kind of thing that can end up overlooked in the rush to get an embargo day review out, but might come up during the weeks or the months that you spend daily driving a device later. It's unlikely to be a huge issue for you, since you likely won't be carrying your Steam Machine back and forth to the office in your backpack, but still, I wouldn't have minded a better Type-C port, or, while we're at it, a 2.5 gig network port.
2.5 gig network port. 2.5 gig network port. Yes.
I suspect Valve knew what they were doing when they focused instead on high-speed wireless networking and left off 2.5 gig LAN. I mean, they do, after all, run the Valve hardware survey, but on a CPU with 6 Zen 5 cores, I should be able to exceed gigabit download speeds without buying a separate 2.5 gig USB.
Okay, now I understand. It has nothing to do with the download speed. Because I was trying to correlate there.
On the subject of networking, you might
Like, to be fair, exceeding this type of speed on Steam itself, it's really hard. But I understand his need as a desktop to have a little upgrade for the Ethernet port. I get it. But again, like in the approach of it being a console, it would have been overkill 2.5 gig. Chat.
I recall that a
Right, because like downloading from Steam at this speed required first a really good CPU. It required the NVMe to follow, which on paper it should, but right. So this is another one. Because the game, when they download it, then it's uncompressed live. So if you don't have the CPU, most of the time you're CPU limited for the download. But I don't know, man.
Elijah really struggled with accessing network shares in our recent Linux Challenge series. Mounting network locations as though they are a physically attached disk is not well supported, especially on immutable OSs at this time. I'm happy to report, though, that the KDE team has found funding to chase down this issue, and I'm also happy to report that if your needs are less complicated than his, on SteamOS, SMB shares are easy to find, authenticate, and bookmark for future use. Though, I did hit a small snag.
Like, honestly, like, this is more like a Linux issue. This. Like, this mount sharing stuff, it's a Linux issue. Let's be clear. So I don't know how the DE can circumvent that. In a nice way, you know what I mean? Like, let's see what he has to say about this.
When I was transferring files off my phone. First of all,
Oh,
I
no.
want to shout out the way that I get prompted when I drag and drop for whether I want to copy paste or cut paste. I really like that. But what I don't like is where the devil are my thumbnails? It looks like Dolphin, the default file explorer, needs to be configured in order to show previews for network files. And you can tell it anything under some given size, which fixed it. But I did find it to be a little slow to generate them sometimes. The bigger issue when I was transferring files was when I plugged in my other phone from Apple.
So GNOME disk or key partition manager, write to the FS tab, file just fine, it's solvable. Yes, I agree with that too. It's not as integrated as it is in Windows. Because when you do it with Explorer, you do it with everything. If you do it with KDE, like if I remember, like Dolphin, it will just get stuck within Dolphin and not the other app. So my point is just in terms of user accessibility, right? Like we will have a problem. So then you need a third-party app. Like I think honestly we are paying the price of having multiple DE versus only one. There. But yeah. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to be constructive, right? I don't want to shit on anything, but like, you get the idea. It's the same for the phone. The phone, like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna have issues with Apple. There is some DE where, man, even Android is complicated. So it's like, it's not as, you know, on Windows or even Apple. Like Apple, they do such a good job for that. You know, you log in, everything is connected, you have nothing to do, you transfer, you press a button, and here it's a pain. So for a user like him, who kind of expects this, we are miles away from that, and there is no easy solution, right? That's the other problem. There is no easy solution yet.
Turns out that out of the box, iPhones can't be accessed over USB at all. And this is a real problem for ingesting video. KDE Connect was the most common suggested fix.
And I know like some people are gonna be, well, but just don't buy Apple iPhone, but like, you know?
And it's a pretty neat piece of software that integrates with your iPhone wirelessly to provide a more seamless experience. But when I tried to copy like 100+ files, it just stopped. No obvious errors, no way to pick up where I left off, it just stopped. I suspect the problem is mostly Apple, since I've seen the same preparing.
Salut Futura. Would have been nice if they look into KDE Connect before making this video. This is just an Apple problem at the end of the day.
Hang issue when uploading to third-party cloud storage providers, but it doesn't change the conclusion. Copying big files from an iPhone is basically unusable without jumping through silly hoops, and I ended up having to do the transfer on Windblows. Since I was playing around
Wind blows. I thought he would say windslope. I was not far. I was not far.
with file transfers, I also found a comically bad workflow where Arc was failing to extract a Google Drive download to a network folder.
A Google Drive download to a network folder. Doesn't seem right, chat. Like this should work 100% of the time. You had this issue as well? It just freeze, ready.
Like, why? Just copy it?
Arc can't extract archive to local destination only. He runs through KIO and Arc can only extract locally. Bro, I've been extracting so much. So this is an interesting take, dude. I'm trying to think last time I extract something, did I do it locally or not? Man, I'm gonna have to test that.
And while I'm at it,
But he's certainly right.
dragging and dropping files into Google Drive doesn't work in Chrome for some reason. On the plus side though,
So drag and drop in Chrome. I'm extracting right now, but I use pzip. Oh, maybe that's the reason why. I don't know if I use Arc.
once I had the files on my NAS at home, a quick AI guide had me using Tailscale to remotely transfer those files from my Steam machine to my work NAS in less than 2 minutes. So say what you want about AI, sometimes it really is a total waste of sand.
So wait. So, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm tired, or maybe switching subject way too fast.
Though, once I had the files on my NAS at home, a quick AI guide had me using
So he had the file on his NAS at home. Okay, so the data is on his NAS at home, and he's gonna set up Tailscale, aka WireGuard, to transfer on his machine. The drag and drop is a Wayland issue. It could be a Wayland issue, it could be a Flatpak issue too. I was thinking about the drag and drop Silent Jet. Because the way those apps are installed, depending if you just use the installer from KDE and SteamOS, they are mainly Flatpak application, right? So it could be that too.
Tailscale to remotely transfer those files from my Steam machine to my work NAS.
Okay, so it just set up a Tailscale. Right?
In less than 2 minutes. So say what you want about AI, sometimes it really is a total waste of sand. It has made switching to Linux easier than ever before, because what used to be just endless wading through outdated Reddit threads or even worse, Steam forum arguments is now usually just a quick prompt and a probably helpful if over-the-top glazy response.
You see, this I tend to agree. You can learn a lot with those LLM and stuff, but you can also F up really bad, and you need some base, I guess. Like setting up Tailscale is not hard if you read the manual.
Coming back to that Steam forum conversation for a second though, there's another Linux issue, this one raised by Luke during our challenge, that does not appear to be addressed by SteamOS, and that's auto-scrolling.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, we are getting there, chat. I don't want to be on Windows, but I want to use the function on Windows really hard. Can we solve this? And no, the middle click is copy and paste on KDE. Can we switch it? I think it's going to be that.
Windows has this great feature that allows you to click with your middle mouse in the blank space on a scrolling web page or application, and then just move the mouse to start a smooth, continuous scroll. The more you move, the faster it scrolls. And it even works horizontally for my spreadsheet lovers out there. If you've ever experienced repetitive strain symptoms in your wrist, I'm not a doctor, but you need to start using auto-scroll right now. It majorly cuts down on unnecessary mouse movements or scroll wheel scrolls when you're reading documents, and just plain doesn't work properly on SteamOS.
So I never tried to do that. When you say it doesn't work properly, like what does it mean?
And you know what, Ryblade? Responses like this aren't.
So Highblade, I'm pretty sure it will be trivial for Valve to implement a client side along with everything else I had listed. Regardless, despite a certain desktop environment more or less having similar appearance to Windows, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's anyone's goal to replicate the look and feel of Windows. Having a separate paste buffer on middle click is world more useful than universal scroll anyways. So this, you see, I don't share his vision either. I think it would be cool to have the option which work. But I understand his perspective, right? Like I was not a fan of this middle click, copy and paste, but now I couldn't live without it, dude. Because in Fast you have two copy and paste. You have the Control-C, Control-V copy and paste, which is stuck somewhere, and then you have the selection and click, mouse click, which lives somewhere else. And this, in my opinion, is just awesome. It's a feature that is not on Windows, but I do understand like someone wouldn't like that. So I guess both of the perspective. It will just be good if we had an option that work.
Constructive. I'm really happy for you that middle clicking to paste text is more useful to you. It isn't to me. This is a critical issue for 66% of our last Linux challenge participants, and in my opinion, it needs to be addressed.
I agree with the tech. But what it means also, it means like 33% of people, they might be like me and they discover a new feature they would have never discovered before. I think like let's stop the fight and just work together, you know? What's happening in chat? What's happening? OneDrive has similar issue of the special format they use. I think Google Drive has similar issue. You sound like you need to cool down. What happened, guys? Guys, I don't want to start fight here. Like, it's not the point. It's just discussion, right? About all good? Okay. You know.
Moving on. A couple of years ago, we tried to use SteamOS to troubleshoot a driver issue on an old printer. And what I discovered was that it straight up didn't have built-in printer support. Well, fast forward to today, and it took me just about 30 seconds to go from no printer to this delightful booklet of wasted paper when I tried to print a test page. Progress.
Oh, man. So, as a printer, I disagree, man. Like, it's working so well.
In all seriousness, though, with a little bit more work, I could have had my printer working.
Okay.
And when I really tried to throw it for a loop, and I threw my Fuji ScanSnap at it, I got that working in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, the free software I used got a little confused, trying to save my scans as an image rather than a PDF, defaulting to bitmaps and then spitting out errors about how bitmaps are not supported, but PDFs worked, so progress.
Okay. I think there is a little bit of user error and sometimes software.
And as much as I'm
Me, I use Naps. I don't know if you know Naps, but Naps is just awesome, chat. So let me show you this. Like, if you don't have a software for scanning, you install that, dude. I think it's Naps too. Yeah, this one. Like, this is a beast, chat. So I work on Windows too. I was using that on Windows like years before. Like, this is a beast, dude. You can do everything with this. It does everything. It does OCR. It does everything. And it's freely open source. Like, this is just the best, man. So I scan over the network. Like, this is really, really good. You have a driver called AirSane. This is so good, dude. I really love this application. Yeah, you have nothing to do. You install Naps, you install the driver AirSane, bam. You have access to everything.
kind of taking the piss a little bit. I'm actually serious about that. Every Linux issue that I can think of over the last 10 years has been meaningfully improved since I found out about it. Like, I remember flagging crappy GoXLR audio interface support during our first Linux challenge.
Yeah, it was not 10 years ago.
Nowadays, it works as well on Linux as it does on Windows, maybe even better due to TC Helicon abandoning their software support. To be clear, SteamOS is not going to be the right choice for everyone. The lack of, facial recognition through Windows Hello kind of sucks, and it's an immutable OS, meaning that it kind of resets every time you reboot. For a lot of people, this
No. Man, who is doing the script? Who is doing the script, chat? Linus break tips, here we go. this is rough, that. So it doesn't really reset each time you reboot. It might reset some settings each time you upgrade, but the settings which are in your user space, they shouldn't be reset. So let's see this example, because now I'm really curious.
won't be a problem, but to show why it could be, part of getting my GoXLR interface configured involved installing a utility that was not available in a Flatpak.
Yes.
So I did some hacky stuff and got it to work, but then when I rebooted my system, it caused it to stop working.
Okay, because he didn't install it properly. So this is another issue, dude. So now I understand what he did. Sorry, I didn't get it. So the generality is like, if you do it the thing properly, it wouldn't reset anything each time you reboot. The design is not intended this way. So I guess he did some modification in like the system directory, and they are not saved, and so when he rebooted, he lost them. That's what happened, chat.
But while that's a downer for me, for gamers and application users who want to be protected from system-destroying modifications, I feel this was a very smart choice on Valve's part. And that's what SteamOS really boils down to. It's...
So it didn't really like explain what's going on. So you see, for example, like I'm gonna give you an example, chat. A clear example. So let's say we are running. Let's say we are running SteamOS right now. Okay. Here, this is my home directory. This home directory will never be like touched by any upgrade, any image upgrade, immutable image upgrade. That's the whole point. So if you're able to save your modification, system modification within the user space, if you can apply them from the user rights, and if you can save them in those user folder, you should be fine. You will never lose them. So Pipewire here, this is my Pipewire configuration. I can install it here in user space, but if he did it the other way, if he use it there, I'm going to show you Pipewire here, and you see you have a configuration file here. If he did it in the system file versus the user file, those are going to be erased. Because this is how it works. So then you need to understand how the system works and how to apply this modification to avoid this. But by design, this is not intended. It's a user error here, which is fine. Or maybe a LLM error. Anyways. And there is a way where you can save, this is what I was saying. There is a way you can save those by just unlocking SteamOS. I'm going to show it to you there. So, wait. Can I... So, Air Max. I'm pretty sure I talked about it, dude. If you go there, you go on video and you type SteamOS. SteamOS review. Best immutable distro. It's about arts based, by the way. So, salut everyone. Yeah, I remember. It was a long video. So do I show? It was just great. Okay, so now I give you an overall like presentation of what SteamOS is really is, whether from like, you know, like I would say like the console side. Yeah, I show it here. Or okay, so watch. So if you look at it, you can disable the Steam only, like the SteamOS read only, and then re-enable it. You see? So you can literally like install whatever you want and then lock it down again. It is pretty cool. And then what you do, you note all the packages you installed, and you create a little like executable. And when you make an upgrade, all your configuration is going to be saved because it lives in user space. You just have to reinstall the package. So it would be even easier to create a hook. You could create a hook with your list of update, like install packages if you really want to go that route, and you would have like it to be reinstalled after each time. And I did this challenge, and it was actually super fun. Anyways, it's just my 2 cents, chat.
Not unique. In fact, I was sitting with Jordan pointing out how OneDrive isn't prompting me to buy a subscription, and Edge hasn't asked me today if I'd like to switch to it now or later, and it occurred to me that there's an easy answer to all of that. Windows can be configured to not do any of those things. And I really do want to explore Windows deep loading, but I gotta confess, I get almost like a PTSD type of response to those interruptions at this point.
Yeah, so you see, I was right. I knew, I called it like 1 month ago. I knew he wouldn't be able to stay on Windows because of this. Because you debloat and you rebloat, and you debloat and you rebloat. And that's the real problem.
Like, SteamOS has some annoyances too. Tediously clicking away notifications that pile up in the bottom right, that's one of them. But because everything about it feels well-intentioned, I have so much more patience
Well, you can remove them, no, in KDE? Those notifications, like it's...
for it. Like, by contrast, I feel constantly on edge, pun 100% intended, when I'm using Windows, just from all the past experiences. And besides, why should I have to debloat? Remember I told you could probably have this set up in 10 minutes? I meant that. A product that I pay for should feel comfortable out of the box.
So this is the issue, right? Like this is, in my opinion, like this is a real issue. Salut, Matt. Like you pay for your hardware, you don't have control of it. And to me, this is a big roadblock of Microsoft. That's the biggest one. The rest, I could live with it. Maybe not the kernel anti-cheat, like modules that load before the thing. This I'm not super comfortable with. But the rest, I could live with. But like, man, like, not having control is the most infuriating thing ever. My opinion.
Do you remember when technology was made to make our lives better instead of existing only to sell us shit?
Yeah.
I remember. And the dumbest part of this is SteamOS totally does exist just to sell us shit. And it still manages to be that much better than Windows.
Yeah.
Okay, last thought here. Valve, can you please add a button to default to boot up in desktop mode so that I don't need to use a terminal command? It was the one normal thing I did on this system the entire time I was using it that required the console. And that is really high praise indeed. Just like I will praise our sponsor.
Interesting, chat. So,
Enjoyed this video? Why don't you check out the review?
yeah. I think it's a net positive, chat. It's really good because I'm just disappointed with the fact that he realized like the power of KDE now and the power of Linux now versus before. Right? Like this is annoying to me. But on the other hand, like this is a net positive, chat. That's a net, like in my opinion, that's a real net positive. KDE doesn't sell you stuff, it's just a cozy space for dev to store all their bugs. If we want to some more content, Jesus 2 cents also did a video review, nothing remarkable though. Yeah, I just watched it there, I just saw it there. For as much as they get wrong the live stream they do on Friday, the last one about Windows 11, GDAD, he did say the time to switch to Linux is right now. Go start the download. Yeah. Listen, guys, like, everybody at a certain point is gonna be like where we are at right now. Right? It's the only way, chat. Linux is gonna be the only way for people who are like self-conscious about, you know, a lot of things. The only roadblock right now it's still NVIDIA, freaking NVIDIA driver, and the anti-cheat. Reality is like you don't need NVIDIA at all. You could buy an AMD card, you will be fine. And anti-cheat well, it sucks that you couldn't play some of those games, but yeah, it is what it is. I think the choice is there for us. If people at this point aren't fed up with what's going on with proprietary platform, then they won't ever be. Yeah. Hey, so I don't know a lot about hardware. My dad got me a K66R1 cooler. Is it good? I have no idea. I have no idea about this cooler, bro. At some point, we'll get to a place where staying on Windows is more work than living. That's the normie tipping point? Yes. So this is not exactly true. Sometimes NVIDIA is your only option at a certain time. Yeah, this is what maybe I was not clear enough. Depending on what you do, you're gonna have to get NVIDIA. But like for most of the user, you don't need NVIDIA. Right? This is what I'm trying to explain. I got both. Is there a lot of case scenario where NVIDIA is required? And it works, but it just doesn't work as good as on Windows. So it's fine, but it's not as good. So depending on where the perspective you look at it, you might be frustrated. What is the issue with NVIDIA? Well, you lose like between like 20 and 50% of performance depending on the game you play. The rest is fine. So for content creation and stuff, it's perfectly fine. For gaming, it's not. Yeah, we have to be realistic about that. So you can have your perspective where you're like, oh yeah, but you know, the game I play, the hardware I have, it's fine. Yes, it is. But, you know? Oh. I have a 5090 on Linux. The only issue for me is ray tracing. Low latency argument on CacheOS Proton fix a lot of issue with latencies that I had previously. Nice. So this is good. Okay, and I agree with this take, but imagine if you had a 5060 and you lose 30% of performance. Some of the game you were barely able to play on Windows, now they're unplayable on Linux. With the 5090, you know, your threshold is like, oh, you're gonna move from, you know, 200 to 150, it's fine. So that's my only take. Having NVIDIA is so useful because I get the itch of every 6 months to do OB work with content creation. Yeah. Like you have the content creation, you have the AI. I know AMD is doing way better those days with AI, but still, NVIDIA it's easier overall. You have RTX. If you have a big fan of ray tracing, NVIDIA is still better. Right? And I don't think I'm an NVIDIA chill. I will just take the hardware that work best for my needs. I tried to use the 9070 XT to edit video, and with DaVinci Resolve, it was just a pain, dude. To be realistic, like, can you do it? Yes, you can. But when you try NVIDIA card with it, then you're like, what I was doing with AMD. But for gaming, it's the opposite, right? And the NVIDIA driver. For anyways, I don't want to get into that again. My point is that objectively, NVIDIA driver on Linux are usable, but they are not on par in terms of performance versus Windows. I think when the gap is closed, this is going to be huge. Because now, like, mid-end and low-end configuration will be enjoying their experience on Linux way much more. That's my point. And you have to think like 90 to 95% of the users are running a freaking NVIDIA card. So yeah, Zach, like things are better. Like right now, like watch, we're on the MG thing, like it's working. And there were issue with the 9070 XT. There are still issue, I believe. Oh, 28 minutes, dude. We can't watch that. It doesn't seem happy. Is it?
I feel like Sid from Toy Story. It came!
Was it AI generated? Dude, was it AI generated? It looked like AI generated, no, chat? Is it him? It doesn't look like him. Is it AI generated? Maybe I should do that too. What is this, dude? But when it will be closed, NVIDIA has been suffering on Linux. So the effort from NVIDIA for the last, I would say, like 2 years have been insane. So you can't just be like negative towards it. It's taking time, but it's huge, dude. So content creators are now provided with AI thumbnail generator within YouTube itself. I hate it, to be honest. Out of every hardware configuration, I got the best experience with NVIDIA. It is what it is. Yeah, it's your experience. Nobody's gonna judge you, right? When I had the 9070 XT plugged in the PC, I didn't have a lot to complain about, and it was like 3 days after release, like 2 days after release. I literally bought it the day on release, and we did the test. It's all about needs and usage, right? The reality is like NVIDIA driver, they have been improving a lot for the last 2 years, a year and a half. And I'm telling you, with AI direction, they're gonna need to make those NVIDIA chip work on Linux. End of story. End of story, chat. There's no question. So I'm super like, how to explain, like optimistic on this. So they could do a lot faster. Yeah, fair, bro. Yeah, you know, you can be frustrated. I'm frustrated too a little bit, but at the end of the day, they do their pace, and when it happens, everybody's gonna be happy. Now it's more like going to be like when it happens versus like if it happens, which is a big plus, in my opinion. Big plus. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that, chat. Yeah, I was really thinking about getting one of those, but I decided something else. 10 first minutes are the video unpacking. Oh, that's cool. It's going the whole full experience, huh, chat? Oh, I like this. Smoke test. So let's see that.
Look closely and
I'm interested by the smoke test though. Me, I've been really pragmatic about this. Like for the NVIDIA driver, it's simple. The games that works on Linux, you play them on Linux, and the 5 games that doesn't work on Linux, or which are not going to be resolved for a long time, you just play them on Windows. Right? That will be my take. Because it's not going to be solved. At least from my, I would say, expectation, if it's not solved, like let's say October or November of this year, it's never going to be solved. Or at least not in the next 6 months. It's going to be like 5 years, 10 years, maybe a new architecture or something like that. For whatever reason, maybe it's just not solvable. I don't know, chat. I mean, all DirectX 12 are shitty on Linux for me. No, not all of them. Some they work actually pretty well. But it depends on your library, depends on a lot of stuff. Like, I had the chance to have a lot of games the last year and this year, because the community has been helping me buying them. And we did a lot of benchmark. And you'll be surprised. Like, there is some engine on DirectX 12 which work, actually. And some which are, like, just trash. Like Cyberpunk, for example, work very well. It is a DirectX 12 game. So yeah, you lose a little bit, but you don't lose as much as Crimson Desert, for example, or Black Myth Wukong. Those ones are the most impacted. Okay, so let's see.
so you can see if I go right here.
This is really interesting.
So you see it exhausting out the back. Obviously.
Wow.
Not a lot, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't suck that much from the
It
top,
still seems to prefer the bottom.
which is better.
Now we should see pretty much nothing coming in from the bottom, I would assume. Yeah, kind of like I thought. What's funny is it's pulling in some from the back, which didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But now, right here in the very front,
It's like it got happy.
I know. So obviously it's just pulling a lot of air through there, through the front.
Yeah,
so
like
that's why
this is odd here. Huh? He's
I get
sucking
it, you're
the air
done.
back up.
So that's why in testing it showed, not our testing, but we've seen people's tests where it's actually fairly warm coming out of the back right there though. Where taking this off affects the SSD temps and potentially RAM temps again because it's now bypassing the bottom, which it needs to go through the components. Remember the PCB's down here.
Oh, that's
So
why.
if it's just pulling through the heatsink, then it does well for GPU, CPU because those are in direct contact with the heatsink. But the RAM, remember, those are just SODIMM. They are not like soldered into that cooler or anything like that. They're just resting there, so they require airflow over them. Well, because there's only one stick. So that's why leaving the front on is important. This just makes sure it doesn't get totally choked off, but now we'll see the bottom intake working again. And even though the fan's only at 600, where's the fan? 583 RPM, it's still doing a pretty good job. So real quick before we get into games, since they're installed now, customization, you can change the way this front light works too. Like you can turn it off,
Okay, so this is good.
on,
Let's see the experience on
full
gaming.
resolution capabilities. Okay, so on the machine I built with these exact settings, which is 1080p, balanced preset, no FSR, we were getting 144 FPS. We are at 97, 96, 108, 107. So if I face out, obviously farther distance, it drops down a little bit. Yeah, see, it got some jitter in it, like that's some stutters as you're turning. You can see them right there. So I'm gonna try 4K right now, or 1440p just for the heck of it. Not that I think you should. Now we're down to 80, 78, 79, so it's right here where we're looking. 79, 81. Okay, so now we'll go with 4K in here just for the heck of it. 44 FPS in this confined space. Ooh, so cinematic. Still kind of impressive though that it can even do it, to be honest. Let's now try Cyberpunk. Okay, so matching our first test, we did Steam Deck preset 1080p. Okay, so we are at, where is it? 113? So it's 107.
That's a 1080p
I would
machine.
expect this to be a good experience because it is. We're like,
That's a
FSR
1080p
3 looks
machine,
terrible, but then they came out with FSR 4 patch after that video. So a lot of you guys were like, why didn't you do the 4? I thought it did 4 now. A lot of you have to remember, you're watching the video when the video goes live, not when we film. 2.1 to compare to
He's
what
so
we
upset, this
did,
dude.
leaving it at the the RT low
Okay.
3 GPU that's in here. It really starts to show its age a little bit. So FSR 4 looks a lot better. Our FPS has dropped to 62, but because of the fidelity improvements, we might be able to now reduce. So right now it's on auto. Who knows what it pre-chose? So let's just try.
Performance.
Let's just try performance. See how it
Yeah,
goes.
okay. Let's
So
see.
now we're getting roughly the same FPS, like 2 more maybe. We're at 77. Hold your horses! During the video! But now it looks a million times better. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the thing.
That's
So
enough,
this looks
dude.
better in performance mode than lower FSRs did in quality mode.
So what is it? 1080p.
Even ultra performance doesn't look bad. I mean, it's
With
not
ray tracing,
great.
dude.
You see some noise and some fuzziness around the window frames and stuff, but dude, compared to what it looked like before, and now we're at almost 90 FPS. We're in the 80s.
I think if you buy that to get the 1590 experience, you are just wrong. I think you buy that just to have, you know, a little console under your TV. You can start and play your Steam library. That's all. That's as simple as that, dude. Like you won't get the wow effect. You want the wow effect? You spend like 10K now. That's all.
There is still a bit of a obviously.
It sucks. I hate to say it, chat. I just hate to say it. You want the wow effect. The cards were like $2,000. Now they're like $6,000. The meme which was like 200 is like $1,000. Voila. So it just sucks.
Hit. I mean, who knows what our base resolution is at the moment? But let's just see now what 4K looks like with Ultra, because we can fix that base resolution by going up to 4K. 33 FPS. Oh, that's so gross. This is very cinematic. Yeah, nailing it. We're nailing the takeover.
He still had 30 FPS at 4K, chat. Hey, Lemmy Code, what's up? It just sucks, man. Like, I have to say it, like, the wow effect now is like I don't know, 1440p should be the target. It's a miracle nowadays that game run on PC with good FPS. Yeah. It's better than my GTX 1660 Ti. Yes. Yeah, the wow effect is now a 1590 system with the top of the line OLED. And a 9800X 3G. You are getting that. You are not getting that with a Steam machine. Yeah.
These gears are so tall.
But like, dude, like it doesn't. I don't want to be this guy, but like playing in 1440p, ray tracing low.
I think y'all get the
on,
idea.
on the type of machine like that.
I want to check something right now while it's under load though. Let's do the smoke again. It's just so quiet. Like, can't hear the damn thing. It really does pick up from the bottom more than those gaps. But look, right now the fan's turned up, so it's picking up from everywhere.
It's actually pretty cool. Me, I like the object, chat. I think the object is just
Cool. And then
like they did
would be
such a good job,
non-ideal,
chat.
but- I mean, obviously the CPU and GPU would appreciate.
I like the object itself. They cook with the design. Yeah, exactly. Like the design, I understand why people they are in love with this thing. Like this is actually pretty neat, chat. And now it is a performance that it is. I think if I can get a refurbished one, I would get one. or if one day the price they go down, I will definitively get one and we could try it. You know, one of my PEEP project was to get and to create like a Steam machine for me and the you know, like the channel, and do something with it. I missed some really good pricing opportunities, so I didn't get it. And I use the budget for something else. We're going to talk about it soon. But yeah, I really like this idea of having a Steam console in my living room. Whether it's this model or something I build, I think this is pretty cool, chat. If it could be about 40% larger with more cooling, then I will be awesome, and something I will drop 1K on. Yeah, it's your take, brother. I think right now, like me, my big like, I would say like hard no is the price versus performance. All the rest, I think they nailed it, dude. If they didn't have this freaking like RAM apocalypse, if the thing was like at $600, like I buy it right away. Like for $600, I buy it. Because the reality is like you have a full PC, dude. Tomorrow you don't play with it for $600. You have already something fancy you can reuse for anything. You have children, you give it to them for to use as a PC. It's a portable machine. Like this thing is awesome. It's just too expensive for what it is right now. But reality is like everything is too expensive for what it is. From my perspective. Now, could you install CachyOS or SteamOS on your living room PC? Yes. But the difference is like you won't have like all the CEC type of stuff. Here you press your gamepad, the machine turn on. To execute that on the PC, it's a pain, dude. You need to have some type of like curated hardware. You need to have some type of script which make it work on your machine. It's not a plug and play experience. And I think this is where they nailed it. Because you see, like he's discussing all the hardware and stuff, but the software itself linked with the hardware where I think this is where they just destroy it. We watched this video. Like there is another like content creator who try to create a Steam machine and he encountered like all the friction. Like the real friction. You don't buy the performance here. Here you buy the convenience. That's what you buy. And I think the price of convenience, in my opinion, is too high. That's just my take. Already installed SteamOS, 57X3D and 70. Yes. Okay, nice. Nice, no pies. That's pretty good. Way cheaper and more convenient than building a HTPC. So you could, we source the part. You could build something cheaper, but it wouldn't be as convenient. You could build a mini ITX PC yourself, put Buzzite on it, and here we go, Steam console. Still doesn't have the full CEC support. I think this is the most, like the biggest argument I would see with that is the CEC support. You arrive, press a button, play, turn it off, drop the gamepad, you're out. Having this type of experience with our own build, I'm pretty sure you can do it. I have CachyOS running on my living room, primary game machine with a Windows partition for the occasional things that won't work on Linux. Fair. The only part that wasn't plug and play was a network driver. It defaults to wireless, so you have to restart Network Manager to get it to detect internet. Fair. Salut, get a job. I didn't expect to switch to Linux when I built my current PC, and I'm stuck with 4070 Super for now. Well, you can still install it, no problem. I have cache on both of my system. I was just curious if people were considering trying out SteamOS. I kind of want to try it on one of my machines just to try it out. Yes, do it. I would encourage you to watch my video. Like the video I made, like, is like I drive it for like 2 or 4 weeks. I don't remember. It was a great experience. I still believe CacheOS is better overall. But switching from Windows, I think the transition is going to be a little bit smoother with something like SteamOS. Anyway, guys, I'm out. I need to go eat. I'm already hungry right now. And I start to be tired because I need those protein, chat. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back. When are we going to be back, chat? We're going to be back on Friday, okay? We're going to be back on Friday. And, yeah. Wish you to have a great weekend. It was a good, nice little stream. We'll get back on track, chat. This channel is going to get back on track, but when, I don't know yet. Thanks again for watching. Have a great weekend. And yeah. So will you check the low latency benchmark next stream if my motherboard works? It's been a pretty interesting week, that's for sure. Take care, guys. And bisous, bisous.